And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Empower Field at Mile High.
Let's go get it, man. Let's go, whatever it takes. Let's go bring it, man. Let's go get it. Come on, Sam and I, go make some plays.
Denver has a touchdown. That's the 10. We're on the corner. That was Draymond Jones. Going straight in. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 4 football, Denver Broncos football right here on the MHRT Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am in Portland, Oregon. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, the Denver Broncos head on to the road to Las Vegas, Nevada to take on the Las Vegas Raiders in Allegiant Stadium. Here today, Week 4 football for you right here on the MHRT Network. Welcome in, welcome all. Thank you guys so much. Let's break down just a little bit of stats before we get into today's game. Stopping then on third down. Through the first 3 weeks of the season, the Broncos have the third best third down defense at 26.5% in the NFL, behind Green Bay 22.6% and Tennessee 22.9%. Denver has also allowed the fourth fewest first downs, 47, trailing San Francisco 43, Tampa Bay 44, and Buffalo 46. That top defense has been just so phenomenal for the Broncos, and it was the huge difference maker in last week's game. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully the Broncos can score more than 11 points today and get into the end zone more than one time. They have yet to get into the end zone more than one time through the first 3 weeks here of the season. This is going to be a make or break game for the Broncos and the Raiders or the Raiders. It's going to be really, really huge, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're brand new here, make yourself down known in the chat. We got Avatar that says, "What's up, Broncos country? Let's ride." In Peyton, we trust. In Walton/Penner, we trust. Thank you so much. Broncos Breakdown, Bronco Bill here in the house with us. He'll be available at halftime for the halftime show. Don't miss that coming up here. D-Rock says, "Jeremy, thank you very much, D-Rock. I appreciate you." Carolyn Brax, thank you very much. She says, "Let's go." Thank you for tuning in. A few of our regulars here. Broncos Breakdown again. And Carolyn Brax gives us a little hand clapping emoji. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much it here. Rushing for 100, the Broncos have posted 4 consecutive games with at least 100 yards rushing, dating back to the last season versus Kansas City. That was January 8th, 2022. The last time Denver rushed for over 100 yards in 5 straight games was during the 2020 season. They're looking to do that for the first time in about 2 years here for the Broncos. Javonte Williams has totaled the 4th most receiving yards after catch, 117 among NFL running backs, trailing only to Austin Eckler, 188, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 131, and Joe Mixon, 123 yards after the catch. Yakking it up is Javonte Williams for the Broncos. Looks to yak it up even further here today. So after posting going into week 4, the Broncos have limited opponents to scoring of just 25% of the red zone trips so far this season, which has led all NFL teams in that category. Captain DVV says, "I like cheese." All right, Captain. Game Time says, "Mundungus Creevy." Don't forget to catch him in the halftime show. We're on our final pre-game commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Once we come back here, we're going to have Denver Broncos football. Obviously, if you've been following the uniform schedule that was released earlier this year via the Denver Broncos Twitter, the Broncos will be in their white roads with the white pants here today. The Raiders, I'm going to be assuming they're going to be in their home black and silver. Their home traditional black and silver. I'm not entirely sure. I'll bring up I Like Cheese. Yo, can you please play this song? What song? I Like Cheese? I don't even know if there's a song called I Like Cheese. Sorry, Captain DVV. I have no idea what you're talking about. So we're just waiting here for the game here. Russell Wilson is tied for the third most big plays passing and 25-plus yards among all NFL quarterbacks with 8 behind Mac Jones, 10, and Patrick Mahomes, 9 this season. So we're bringing it into the broadcast here. Kevin Harlan, Trent Green on the call on the CBS broadcast side of things. I'm here with you on the YouTube side of things for all Broncos fans that can't get this game and you need somebody else to tune into. If you know anybody else in your fellow state who can't get the game, who would like a very detailed broadcasted description of the game, please tell them to tune in right here on the MHRT Network. Ladies and gentlemen, please do help us. And if you could also do us a favor, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear or see, please be sure to tell your friends. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Helps us out. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're currently sitting at 900. We're 100 short of knocking on that door for that goal. So it does look like the Raiders will be sporting their black and silver home uniforms. Black jerseys, silver pants with the black trim. Broncos in their road whites, with the white pants as well. We're just getting set for this kick. I'll bring up the scoreboard once it's about to kick. Russell Wilson here coming into the day this season, 743 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, has a 59.4 completion percentage, which is the lowest of his career. Cortland Sutton, Jeudy back here today for the Broncos. Couple of injury notes for the Raiders as well. It looks like here for the Raiders, it'll be Hunter Renfrow and Foster Morneau will be out for today's game for the Raiders. So pretty huge losses for the Las Vegas Raiders. So here we go. The Raiders are going to elect to receive here. I'm going to bring up the scoreboard, and we are going to get ready here. The Raiders to receive the ball. Brandon McManus with the ball on the tee. And we are going to get it started here. It's week 4 football for the Denver Broncos right here on the MHRT Network. Kick high in the air. It'll be received at about the 1, now out to the 5, back to the 10, 15, comes out to the 20, gets tackled at about the 32-yard line. And that's where Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders will start this drive. Derek Carr in. That was Bolden there with the return on that. Just waiting. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Here we go. Derek Carr coming out, and he looks like he's flagging down some of the officials of the staff. Yep, it looks like P.J. Luck now down and injured for the Broncos. 4th year out of Texas, 25 years old. That is a huge loss on the safety side because he was already backing up Justin Simmons. And it looks like he is down now as well. Caden Stearns, Bradley Chubb, Melvin Gordon, PS2 all surrounding him and trying to gather around. We'll take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Injury timeout.
like something's holding me back. You feed my ego, together we go. Talking dirty, playing cheap. I know I'm in too deep. Running out of kryptonite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 14:52 left here in the first quarter. The Raiders will start out their own drive on their own 32-yard line after P.J. Locke did get up on his own accord, but went and sat down on the card. It looks like they're going to bring the tent over to assess his injury. So Derek Carr and the company will start out. Here for the Raiders, it'll be 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Carr at the line here with a single back set. Here for the Raiders. 2 wide receivers to the left. Snap now. It'll be a handoff here. It'll roll forward for about a gain of about 7 yards. It'll be Jacobs with the carry, and they'll run a no huddle immediately as they'll get back here. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. It'll be Carr at the line again with a single back set. Trips bunch to the right, 2 to the left here. From their own 37-yard line, it's 2nd and 5. Carr now audibling and pointing out to the defense here. Here we go now, 2nd and 5. Snap now. It'll be a play-action pass looking over to the left side. Carr scrambling, and he'll throw out to Jacobs here on the slip screen, and he'll get out to about the 40-yard line. It'll be a Raider first down. Tackled by Caden Stearns. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. 1st and 10, Raiders. Carr couldn't find anybody open. He hit Jacobs there on a little type of float pass here from their own 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10 now. Carr at the line now with a single back set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Snap now. He'll give it over to Jacobs. He'll roll forward here to about the 50-yard line. It'll be about a gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders again. Raiders really going it up tempo here. DJ Draymond Jones on the line. Caden Stearns. It'll be Kareem Jackson. Snap now. Carr will go up over the top on the right side, and he will get it complete there to Davante Adams. It'll be about a gain of 15 yards. First down for the Raiders. That was an important matchup coming into this game. We were wondering how Patrick Surtain II would defend Davante Adams, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and it looks like Adams won that bout there. It'll be 1st and 10 again for the Raiders. 12:48 in running here. Josh McDaniels, the head coach for the Raiders. Obviously coached the Broncos back in the early 2010s. I formation now, snap now, play action. Carr looking, scrambling over to the right, and he'll just throw it down on the ground. It'll be incomplete. Well, let me reassess the timeouts here. 3 full timeouts. It'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 12:33 left here. So this season, the Las Vegas Raiders have scored on all 3 opening drives. 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. Let's see if the Broncos defense can change that here. It'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Raiders. They're over midfield into Bronco territory from the Bronco 31-yard line. Carr in the gun with 3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap now. Carr looking over to the center. Will throw over to the right. It'll get Adams again. Over on the little 5-and-out route, it'll be about a gain of 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and about 2. Raiders 0-3, Broncos 2-1. 4 of 157 teams to start the season 0-3 never recover. It'll be 3rd and 2 here. Single back formation here. Snap now. He'll shovel it over to Jacobs. He'll sweep over to the left side. He'll get tackled at about the 13-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Raiders. A nice little shovel out to Jacobs there, and he ran all the way over to the left side. Randy Gregory on the tackle there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders for the Broncos 13-yard line. Carr at the line with a single back set in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap now. Carr looking over to the right side. Will throw. He'll hit. It won't be Adams. That'll be Darren Waller for about a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Josie Jewell on the tackle there. 11:03 and running here in the first quarter. Broncos not looking solid, that defense here on this first drive. Raiders already into the Broncos 7-yard line here and knocking on the door here in the end zone. Carr at the line with a single back set. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. 2nd and 4. Snap now. He'll give it off to Jacobs. Jacobs will kind of cut back and try to get yardage, but he'll be swallowed up behind the line. It'll be about a loss of 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Jones there on the tackle. That Broncos gold line defense, that red zone defense, has ranked in the top 3 the last 5 years. So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Raiders. From the Broncos' own 8-yard line. Trips 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Carr in the gun with a single back to his left. Snap now. Carr looking over to the left side. He's looking again. Will throw. It'll be batted, and that pass will be incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5 now for the Broncos. I'm sorry, for the Raiders. Great stop by PS2. They knew exactly where they were going to, which was Javonte Adams on that play. Carr was, and a great stop by the Broncos. It'll force the Raiders to come on for the try. It'll be Daniel Carlson for the Raiders kicking the field goal here. 26-yard attempt from the center here. They'll kick it from about the 16-yard line. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Raiders go first on the board. They score. It's 3-0, 9:58 left. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Link up and out, ego, I'm a taker. Shaker, yeah, she was a ball shaker. She shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Something like the road when we came out there, we settled facts like the Vinci. Smile like it was the last Christmas day.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9:58 here. 3-0 Raiders as they march down the field. And they score first. 3-0. we go, 9:58 left here. Left in the first quarter, the Raiders will kick it to the Broncos here. Just waiting for the ensuing kickoff. Let's check in with the chat here. One of my coworkers is at the game today representing Broncos country, says Avatar. That's awesome. Kamani Dixon, thank you so much for tuning in. We got to win this game. Great job on the commentary. Thank you. Here we go. The kick's high in the air. It'll be just they will let it sail out of the end zone. I'll catch the clock up. It's 9:52. So out comes Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos here for their first drive. They'll start it at their own 25-yard line. 3-0 Raiders. Here we go. Broncos in their white-on-white road uniforms here today. Last week, 20 of 33 for 184 yards was Wilson. Broncos break huddle and come to the line. Wilson's at it. Single back in the backfield. Here's Javonte Williams. 1st and 10. One wide receiver on each side. Snap now. Wilson looking over to the right side. Will hit Cortland Sutton on a slant, and he'll get him all the way out to the 40-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Denver Broncos.
First down.
First down for the Broncos. It'll be a gain of about 15 yards for Cortland Sutton. Great first play by the Broncos here. 1st and 10 again. Broncos taking a little bit extra time. Play clock at 20. Two wide receivers to the right of Russell Wilson. None to the left of the single back set with Russell at the line. Signaling an audible here. Motion goes Jeudy over to the left side. Snap now. It'll pitch shovel over out to Javonte Williams, but it'll be swallowed up behind the line. It'll be about a loss of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 15. It'll be a loss of 3. A lot of orange in the crowd, says D-Rock. He loves it. There is quite a bit in orange, I see. There in Las Vegas, Nevada. Try to get it a quick pitch, and that was a good type of play there for the Broncos. It just didn't work that time. 2nd and 13 now. 8:40 and counting here in the first quarter. From their own 32-yard line. 2 to the left, 1 to the right here. In the gun is Wilson. Snap now, looking over to the right side. Will throw it, hit Sutton again on a slant. It'll only go for about a gain of about 4 or 5 yards, though. It'll be 3rd down and about 9 for the Broncos. I agree. We need Jeudy to step up. Absolutely, Kamani. So here we go. 3rd and 8 here. Las Vegas crowd is getting loud. Wilson in the gun with a back to his right. Trips bunch to the left, 1 to the right here. From about their own 42-yard line, it's 3rd and 8. Snap now. Wilson looking over to the center, and he will be sacked right behind the line. It's Hobbs that'll get him. It'll be a loss of about 5 yards. It'll be 4th down for Denver. Time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen it. This Broncos offensive line needs some serious work. Michael Boone just looking like he completely missed his block assignment off the edge. Hobbs came off the edge, untouched virtually, and just swallowed up Wilson behind the line. Waitman on to punt. Now the punt's high in the air. It'll be waved off and hit. And I think that's a live ball loose, but the Raiders will recover.
survive, and you're still alive. Carry on. Even if you've been misled, and all of your dreams are dead. Carry on. Even if you can't forget, take a quick look and settle your regrets. Laying out the bricks now.
Okay, I was just talking to myself. Sorry. So there was a penalty on the play here previously. The Broncos now have backed up the Raiders to about their own 4 or 5 yard line, or their own 10-yard line. Snap now here. Carr fumbled it a little bit. Stepping up in the pocket. He's going to throw it downfield. That ball will be incomplete now. 5:54 and running. Sorry, I was muted. It was a trips bunch to the right here. He was going up over the top. He was looking for Waller, but he was covered all over by Kareem Jackson and Caden Stearns. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Raiders. 5:54. They're stopped on the clock. Here we go. 3rd and 8 here. Carr in the gun here with trips bunch to the right, one to the left. Single back there. Snap now. Carr looking over the right. He's being swallowed up and will be sacked right behind the line. DJ Jones. It'll force a 4th down for the Raiders, and it'll force them to punt from their own 1-yard line. Great sack by the Broncos. Great defensive line play by the Broncos. They swallow up Derek Carr. And now will be forced to punt from their own zone. From their own end zone, excuse me. Here we go. 4th and 21 is the count. Raiders snapping it from the goal line and will punt it from the back of the end zone. Snap now. Cole has the punt and will boot it as high as he can. It'll be trying to be received by Montel Washington at about the 35-yard line. Down to the 50, down to the 45, down to the 40. He'll be down to the 35. Cuts back. It'll be tackled down and right about the Raider 33-yard line. Great return by Montrell Washington. Amazing return, 31 yards, and it'll start the Broncos in Raider territory. Amazing return by Montrell Washington. Now let's see if the Broncos can step up on the opportunity here. Here comes Russell Wilson. They'll break huddle, and they'll start this drive right here. 1st and 10 from the Raider 34-yard line here. Wilson at the line with a single back set. Snap now. Play action. Looking over to the center. He'll throw. He's got Saubert all the way down to the 10-yard line. It'll be about a gain of 20 yards. It'll be a Denver Broncos.
First down.
First down, Broncos. They'll be at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Eric Saubert open again. He seems to be the only target besides Cortland Sutton that stays open for the Broncos consistently. Amazing. Got him right over the middle of the field in double coverage. 1st and goal, Denver now here. Wilson at the line with a single back set. Trying to take their time and slow it down just a little bit. Jeudy goes in motion. Snap now. Here's Melvin Gordon, and he'll roll forward for about only a gain of maybe of 1. It'll be Javonte Williams on the carry. Sorry, not Melvin Gordon. So historically speaking, as I was running those numbers back for you guys, here for the Raiders and Broncos, the series record versus the Raiders is 53-68-2. The road record is 25-37-0 for the Broncos. The record at Allegiant Stadium 0-2. And 0. The last game was December 26th of last year in a 17-13 loss. 1st and goal now here with the I formation here from the 7-yard line. Snap now. Williams will get it on a carry. He goes to the right. He breaks forward for about a gain of maybe 3 or 4 yards. It'll get it out to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal here. Very crucial to see where the Broncos go. It's very strange to me that you have Russell Wilson and the Broncos still they still can't pass. No field goal. We need a TD. Absolutely, Kamani Dixon. Riggs Khan says, what's up? What's going on? 3rd and goal here, Denver. From about the Raider 5-yard line. They're knocking on the door. Wilson will go in the gun with Williams to his right side. 2 to the right, 2 to the left here. Saubert and Sutton bunched here on the right side. Play clock at 1. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the center. Will throw the back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton was right there in the back of the end zone. The Denver Broncos finally get the monkey off their back. They score in the red zone, and they go up now 6-3. Sutton was coming in on an inside route. 2:45 is the official clock. Great end zone hook up there. That's the most complete drive the Broncos have had all season long. 4 plays, 34 yards, 2 minutes, 9 seconds now. Now McManus on to try for the extra point here. And they're stalling it out first. I think they're reviewing it to see if Sutton was in bounds. They're going to make sure he had 2 feet down. 1, 2. Yeah, he did. It's pretty clear. I don't think they need to take more than a second look at it. It's a touchdown there. Great TD by the Broncos. They go up 6-3. Cortland Sutton stepping up in a huge way for the Broncos. It'll be McManus on to try for the extra point. Here we go now. Snap down, kick is up, and it'll be good, ladies and gentlemen. The Broncos have now scored in the end zone on a passing touchdown. 7-3 Broncos, 2:45 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip. Water like a fish sip. I water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world of makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2:45 left here in the first quarter. The Broncos finally score in the red zone on a passing touchdown. Now the Broncos set here to kick it to the Raiders. Here in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am here in Portland, Oregon. Cortland Sutton with the receiving touchdown. It puts the Broncos up ahead. 4 plays, 34 yards, 2 minutes, 9 seconds on the drive. I want to take a quick moment here to highlight pass deflections on the Broncos side of the ball, the defensive side, after posting 2 pass deflections against San Francisco. Quarterback Pat Surtain II now has a total of second most pass deflections, 16 by a Bronco, in his first 19 games behind quarterback Dominique Foxworth, who had 18, as you remember, Dominique Foxworth. They're out of the mid to late 2000s, great Denver Broncos defensive cornerback there for the Broncos. The kick sails out of the end zone, and the Raiders will start the drive from their own 25-yard line here. It'll be 1st and 10. Carr in the gun with a back to his right. That's Jacobs. He sends Waller in motion here out to the right. Snap now. Carr looking over to the right side. Will throw out on the flat here to Jacobs. He'll go to the 35-yard line, be shoved out of bounds at about the 36. It'll be a first down for the Raiders, 2:38. And running here in the first quarter. A little check down there by Derek Carr. So it'll bring the Raiders out to about the 36-yard line. Snap now, hand off to Jacobs. He'll roll forward here to about the 40-yard line. It'll be about a gain of 4 yards. It'll be second and about 6 or 7. It'll be 2nd and 7 here for the Raiders. 2:12 and running here. Raiders running it real quick. No huddle here. We'll go again, single back set here for Derek Carr to about the 36-yard line here. 37, excuse me. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 2 to the right with Waller bunched in on the line here. Carr motioning for an audible here. Snap now. He'll fake, looks back, steps back, looking over to the right, steps over, rolls over to the right. Coming out now, we'll tuck the ball and run out to about the 47-yard line. Out of bounds. It'll be good enough for another Raider first down. 140 and counting here as he was chased out of bounds by Baron Browning. Broncos trying to get to the quarterback all afternoon long, and it's not necessarily working every single time. Here we go now, 1st and 10. Carr at the line again, running still no huddle. Snap now, single back as he'll hand it off to Jacobs. He'll burst through to the 50, down to about the 45-yard line. It'll be about a gain of 7 or 8. It'll be second and very, very short, 2 or 3, as the final minute comes to an end here in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. Broncos struggling again on the run here as we're winding down the final seconds here of this first quarter. Here we go. Now the handoff to White. He'll burst forward for about a gain of 3 yards. It'll be another Raider first down. Raiders running hurry up, no huddle offense here. They're coming back to the line again. They're over the midfield line to about their own 42-yard to the Bronco 42-yard line. Carr at the line with Jacobs in the backfield again, or to be White, excuse me. Oh, and that'll be an offside. On Draymond Jones, it'll be neutral zone infraction. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll move the Raiders up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. Update on PJ Locke. He is listed as questionable, Kilmani Dixon. He's being evaluated for concussion protocol, and given the events that preceded on Thursday night, I doubt he'll be back in the game because of what happened to Tua Tagovailoa. As we wind down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds. They won't get another playoff, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be end of the first quarter as we wind it down. The Broncos, though, showing some improvement on offense. 7-3 here after 1. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Eating on papaya with my main thing. Baby getting bread, I'm on the same thing. No rocks in it with a plain Jane. Put my on, they used to gangbang. Be trying to play me like a new guy, but I'm buzzing in the apple like a fruit fly. I be somewhere in Seattle getting neck bone, and I'm really not the one that you should rest on. Uber eat Jamaican to the B&B. All the moves we making, they ain't seeing me. Rooftop bar for the scenery. I give a fuck about a mug and what it mean to me. I'm that saucy little from the middle, man. Told that baby box it for me, she gon' dribble that. Got some in the paper, got it mummy wrap. Got no minutes for the funny hat. Hey, and I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Monastery on the front of middle, man. What you know about it, baby, riddle that. Heard a lot of rapping, very little fact. You the type of that we giggle at. Gold all on my mouth look like a chandelier. I'm about to disappear and make 100 grand appear. I'm about that cash money stunting like my daddy. Out in public, let me poke it on the patio. Couple shots of Henny, baby, I'm with anything. And if that run up on me, let this sing. I'm playing 2K with that juice in my double phone. This for my clients, baby, hit me on my other phone. Pinstripe magic jersey like I'm Hardaway.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready here to start the second quarter here. Only 1 rushing yard by the Broncos in that first quarter. So now the Raiders will take over. They will continue their drive here. They're all the way in at the Bronco 37-yard line. 1st and 5 after that neutral zone infraction. Carr at the line with 2 wide receivers bunched to the right and a single back set in the backfield. Snap now. He'll hand it off here. It'll be White with the carry, and he'll barely go anywhere, maybe a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and about 8. Still no update on PJ Locke. He's still being evaluated, I'm assuming. Got to stay away from the penalties. Absolutely, Kamani. Absolutely. If you're new here, make yourself known in the chat. We like to get everybody involved here on the live stream. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, we got Bronco Bill Mundungus Creevy and a special guest here. Here we go now, 2nd and 3. 2 wide receivers bunched to the right, 2 to the left as Waller comes back into an I formation. Snap down, hand off to Jacobs. He'll roll forward and to about the 32-yard line. It'll be enough for a Raider first down. 36 yards for Josh Jacobs so far and 8 rushing attempts. Here for the Raiders. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. No huddle still for the Raiders. For the Bronco 31-yard line, it's 1st and 10 now. Carr at the line trying to draw the defensive players offside. Now audibling again. 1st and 10 still here. Snap now. Carr looking over the right side. Will throw immediately. It'll be complete to Davante Adams for about a gain of about 8 or 9 yards. It'll be really second and really short here as Adams got hit on that out route. It'll bring the Raiders all the way down to the Bronco 22-yard line, officially into the red zone. Here we go now, 1st and 10. Trips bunch set to the right, 2 to the left. Jacobs in the backfield here. Snap now. Here goes out to Jacobs. He'll run forward and get a gain of about 5 yards. It'll be good enough for another Las Vegas Raider first down. 13 as we approach the 13-minute mark here in the half. Also joining the team at halftime, Logan will be joining them as well. So now Carr in the gun here with Jacobs to his left. 2 wide receivers on each side here. 1st and 10. And it looks like the Broncos jumped offside again. It'll be a free play up over the top. It'll be caught on the right side. It'll be a touchdown for the Raiders. There's a flag on the Broncos, but it will be probably declined. Oh, yeah, it looks like he stepped out of bounds on that one. I don't think they will. It will be. They're going to review it here. Oh, yeah, he didn't get 2 feet down. I think they're going to take that touchdown back. I really do. It was caught in the end zone up over on the right side, but it looks very visibly that his left foot was out of bounds and the right foot was in bounds in the end zone for Hollard. It's under review. That's an incomplete pass now ruled on the field. So I guess the Raiders will probably take the penalty. It'll move them half the distance to the goal. It'll be 1st and 5. So 1st and 5 as Hollins was on the reception. Looks like one of the referees may be hurt. The Broncos medical staff is checking him out here on the sideline. As referees do get hurt as well. 1st and 5 here, the I formation, and it looks like I think they're going to have an injury timeout for an official. So now I guess they got to reconfigure who's the line judge, who's the referee, who's the umpire. There's going to be the field judge. They do have a backup referee that they can bring into the game. I think one of the referees are going to have to drop out. Yeah, he's got an injury. So 1st and 5 here. I think this is the first referee official injury I've ever seen in a game. So one of the referees will come out. Another referee will come in. And we'll reset here, play 1st and 5. Here, close on the goal line, the Raiders will break huddle now and come out in an I formation. Carr at the line. As he sends Waller in motion over to the right side, now back over to the left. Snap now to hand off to Jacobs here. He'll roll to the left side and be brought out to about the 11-yard line. Maybe about a gain of 2 or 3. It'll be second and about 3 for the Raiders. So as we're approaching the 12-minute mark here, it'll be second and 3. Carr at the line with Jacobs in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on each side of him. From the Bronco 10-yard line, snap now, hand off to Jacobs. He'll roll forward to the 5, in bulldozing over Ronald Darby, touchdown Raiders. It's a 10-yard run for Josh Jacobs as he absolutely truck-sticked Ronald Darby into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Great run by Josh Jacobs. I got to give him credit for it. Great blocking up front by the Las Vegas Raiders offensive line. Man, he ran over Ronald Darby to get into that end zone. Now on for the extra point attempt. Now snap down, kick up. It is good. So now the Raiders lead 10-7. 11:46 left here in the half. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Link up and out, ego, I'm a taker. Shaker, yeah, she was a ball shaker. She shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Sounding like a rose when we came out there. We settled facts like the Vinci. I'm breaking bones to breaking backs. Come on, get your ass up if you slip it. Get another smile like it was the last Christmas. Hey. Put the place up. Put the place up. Yeah, we know what we made of. Can't.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 11:46 left here in the second quarter. The Raiders score and go up 10-7. This is going to be a good game, I have a feeling. Be a really good game. Let's check in with our chat. Still nothing. If you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, and you like what you hear or see, please be sure to leave us a subscribe on the MHRT YouTube channel, as now it's going to be a try and onside kick before the half. It's balanced out and recovered by the Broncos. It'll be Josie Jewell, or no, Singleton will get it and recover it. Woo! Man, that was crazy. They tried to fool him with an onside kick before the half, and the Broncos did recover it. The Broncos originally fumbled it as it bounced up, but Singleton was right there to recover it. On the line, it'll be 1st and 10. Denver now in really good field position. So the trying to catch the Broncos off end backfires on the Raiders. The Broncos started at the Raider 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Wilson at the line here. Javonte Williams a single back. Snap now. We'll hand it off to Williams. He'll bounce over to the left and we'll get about 7 yards on that gain. It'll be 2nd and about 4 or 3. Great gain by the Broncos. 2nd and 6, it'll be a gain of 4. Interesting strategy by Josh McDaniels trying to catch the Broncos off guard. So now we're an official down in this game. There's only 4 officials when there should be 5. Here we go. It'll be 2nd and 6 here. Wilson at the line again with Williams in the backfield. Both tight ends bunched behind the line. Snap now. Play action. Looking over to the left, and it'll be falling incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Broncos. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver on that skinny post route there. He was covered out by Hobbs. 3rd and 6, Denver now from the Raider, I want to say 45-yard line. Allegiant Stadium getting loud here. Coming to their feet. Wilson at the line with a single back set. He's coming back out to the gun now. 2 wide receivers on each side. From the Raider 44-yard line. Snap now. Wilson looking over to the right side. Goes up over the top. He's got Jeudy with the completion all the way down to about the 12-yard line. That'll be a Denver Broncos
1st down.
32-yard gain. It'll put the Broncos all the way into the red zone. 1st down. Great catches. Jeudy gave him kind of the one-arm shove and beat him up over the top on the right side. Amazing play. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the Raider 12-yard line. The Broncos are knocking on the door again. Wilson at the line with Williams in the backfield. Snap now. Fake handoff. Wilson off his back foot up over the top, and it is incomplete in the end zone. There's a flag down on the play. I'll run the clock until it catches up, which is at about 10:22. We're going to see what the call is here. It's going to be a legal shift on the Broncos. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll march the Broncos back to the 15-yard line on Eric Saubert. Now we're going to run the clock here. 10:22 still. 1st and 15 now for the Broncos from the Raider 15. Broncos will break huddle here. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Wilson will be in the gun here with Williams to his left. Snap now. Here's Wilson. He'll look over and hit out on the slip screen will be Javonte Williams, but will actually be swallowed up behind the line. It'll be about a loss of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 17. Wilson tried to hit Williams there on a screen out to the left side on a slip screen. The Raiders had that read and just got to him way behind the line. About a loss of 2 yards. So here we go now, 2nd and 16. 9:47 in running. From about the Raider 18-yard line. Wilson in the gun now with a single back set to his right. To his left, snap now. Turns, throws on a bubble screen out to Jeudy. Judy's got it, trying to shuffle in and back, but it'll go down for a loss, maybe of about 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 17 now. Broncos need to throw downfield. I do not know what they're doing. I don't know why the Broncos are kind of just the hesitancy is coming back. They were being bold a little bit beforehand, and now the hesitancy has just seemed to come back. 3rd and 16 now. Here we go. Wilson now with Javonte Williams to his right. 3 wide receivers out to the left side. Now from the Raider 18-yard line. Snap now as the clock was running out. Wilson now shuffling into the backfield. Wilson coming, steps up, throws. It'll be complete to Cortland Sutton, but it won't be enough to get even close to the first down. It'll be now 4th down and probably about 10. Brandon McManus will come out looking to tie this game. This season, 7 of 9. His longest he made from was 55 yards. Yes, poor play calling. Absolutely. I don't know what's going on with the Broncos, but it is bad. So McManus on here with a 28-yard attempt from about the right hash mark. Here from about the 18-yard line. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Broncos tie this game up. 8:03 left here in the second quarter. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 8:02 left here in the half. Broncos tied on a 28-yard Brandon McManus field goal. Here we're just awaiting the kickoff to the Raiders. Let's check in with our chat here. Yes, poor play calling, says Kilmonty Dixon. It's all we need for him to play and the Broncos offense to score and the defense to settle down. This is stuff that makes us look bad at the play calling and us shooting ourselves in the foot. We got a good team. I refuse to see us lose to an 0-3 Raiders team. I agree. We need to start putting up 6s on the boards. Anywho, McManus with the ball on the tee here, looking to boot it. He'll step up and kick it way deep. I think the Raiders will receive it at about the 3-yard line, now to the 10, 15, coming out to about the 20-yard line. Will be tackled short a little bit. Is the return, it'll be about the 19-yard line, which the Raiders will start it out here. 7:59 left officially. There comes Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders back out here. First divisional road game here for the Broncos. And first divisional game here all season long. Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you every week to tune into the MHRT Network. We'll have Broncos coverage, and for all you Colorado Avalanche fans, we will have Colorado Avalanche hockey as well. 1st and 10 now from about their own 19-yard line for the Raiders. I formation set here. One wide receiver on each side. Snap now. Carr with the play action will try to hit Javonte Adams across the slant route, but that will be incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Try to hit Adams on the slant there, but PS2 was there immediately to put that to a stop. Says absolutely not. 2nd and 10 here. It'll be 7:54 is the official time left on the clock. Here we go now. The Raiders will come out here and Carr in the gun. Snap now, looking over to the left side, over to the right. We'll throw out to Jacobs here, but he will be met immediately right at the line by Josie Jewell and Patrick Surtain the second. It'll be about a gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. 3rd down, ladies and gentlemen. 7:37 and officially running. Opponent's 3rd down conversion percentage this season, 26.5%. That ranks 3rd in the whole entire NFL. The Broncos have been holding their opponents on 3rd down. Here we go now. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Carr in the gun with White to the left of him. Snap now. He'll throw out and will hit him on the slip screen. Will be swallowed up again right behind the line by Mathis and Jewell. That'll force a 4th down. On comes the punt team. Great stop by the Denver Broncos defense. Man, this Broncos defense is absolutely tough, and we're seeing it time and time again. It'll be 4th and 10. Cole on to punt now. Snap now. Punt is high in the air. Washington back to receive it. He'll catch it at about the 29, down to the 35, cuts back down to the 40, cut him back over again, still on his feet, onto the 45, and it'll be tackled down right about at the 50-yard line. Montrell Washington with some strong returns. 25-yard return. The Broncos will start it out here at midfield. 6:23 left. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam, and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Eating on papaya with my main thing. Baby getting bread, I'm on the same thing. No rocks in it, what a plain Jane. Put my on, they used to gangbang. Trying to play me like a new guy, but I'm buzzing in the apple like a fruit fly. I be somewhere in Seattle getting neck on, and I'm really not the one that you should rest on. Uber eat Jamaican to the B&B. All the moves we making, they ain't seeing me. Rooftop bar for the scenery. I give a fuck about a mug and what it mean to me. I'm that saucy little from the middle, man. Told that baby box it for me, she gon' dribble that. Got some in the paper, got it mummy wrap. Got no minutes for the funny hat. Hey, and I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam, and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Monastery on the front of middle, man. What you know about it, baby, riddle that. Heard a lot of rapping, very little fact. You the type of that we giggle at. Gold all on my mouth look like a chandelier. I'm about to disappear and make 100 grand appear. I'm about that cash money stunting like my daddy. Out in public, let me poke it on the patio. Couple shots of Henny, baby, I'm waiting.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 6:23 left here in the half. The Broncos put a huge stop to the Las Vegas Raiders here now and will take over after a 25-yard return by Montrell Washington. Is this the correct link for the halftime show? Yeah, absolutely, Creed. Ray Haas says, hi, Jeremy and Broncos family, Broncos country fam. We're having a day. Let's ride. Good vibes. Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at about their own 48-yard line. Snap now to I formation. Pitches out to Williams, and he'll roll forward for about a gain of about 2 or 3. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 for the Broncos as they just barely reached just before midfield. If you're talking about the halftime show with Mundungus Creevy Bronco Bill and Logan, then yes, Creed, I think you're at the right place. You want to see some MHRT football here. 2nd and 8 now. Wilson at the line here with a single back. That's Williams in the backfield. And now that's going to be drawn offside here. Chandler Jones jumping offside. Oh, it's going to be a false start on the Broncos. It's going to be on Dalton Reisner. It'll march the Broncos back 5 yards to about their 46-yard line. So here we go now. It'll be 2nd and 13 here. Williams in the backfield. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over to the left side and will throw and hit Kendall Hinton for about a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and about 10, 5:15 officially in running. Great solid reception by Kendall Hinton. Agree. The Raiders secondary is not that great, and I don't know why the Broncos are not going up over the top more. They need to really bomb it down the field. 3rd and 9 here. Ball at about midfield. Wilson in the gun with Williams over to his left here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right. 3rd and 9 here from their own 48-yard line. Snap now. Wilson looking over the center. Stepping up in the pocket. Stepping up. Tucking it run out to the 45. And will try to reach for it, but it will be just short. It'll be 4th and about inches. The clock's at 4:36 officially. I'll run it down to catch it up. No, now 4:33 and running. We're about 3 seconds behind everybody. It'll be 4th down. Let's see if the Broncos will go for it here. It looks like he'll be about maybe 8 inches short of the 1st down as he tried to extend the ball out. 4th and 1. Broncos are going for it here. Wilson in an I formation here with Javonte Williams. Sends Sauber in motion over to the right side. Snap now. Williams bursts forward and with a big hit gets the Denver Broncos.
1st down.
1st down for the Broncos. It'll bring them out to the Raider 40-yard line. Great hit by Javonte Williams to just take a solid hit and keep going, bursting forward. .338 in going. Now Wilson at the line here. Sends Beck in motion. Now the snap. Hands it off to Melvin Gordon. He'll burst forward. Ball's out, and it's recovered by the Raiders. Man, again, Melvin Gordon down to the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Raiders. Robertson takes it in off the fumble by Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon fumbles the football again. They're going to see if his knee was down. I don't think his knee ever hit. Nah, not even close. Melvin Gordon again losing the ball. On for the extra point here. Snap down. Kick up. It is no good. No good. Missed the extra point. 3:15 left here. The Broncos will get the ball back. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Link up and out, ego, I'm a taker. Shaker, yeah, she was a ball shaker. She shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Sounding like a rose when we came out there. We settled facts like Da Vinci. I'm breaking codes to breaking backs. Come on, get your ass up if you slipping. Get another smile like it was the last Christmas. Hey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3:15 left here to go in the half. Creed Wiley says, "Oh, well, I'm here for the Logan at halftime, but this commentator is actually pretty good." Thank you. We appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. We encourage you, if you do like what you hear or see, to give us a subscribe and like right here on the MHRT Network for Denver Broncos football every week. And also Colorado Avalanche hockey coming up here pretty soon in about a week and a half. We will have at least one Avalanche game a week for you guys. Richie Rich checking in. So here's the question: at what point does Gordon's production versus fumble ratio make him more of a liability than he's worth? That's a good question, as the ball is kicked deep here on the ensuing kickoff. The Broncos will just let it sail out of the end zone. They'll start it from their own 25-yard line. I would say right now at this point, says Ray Haas, everyone click that like button, absolutely. Says Rich, thank you guys for tuning in. All of you guys, we appreciate you, Broncos country, across every point. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, where the Broncos will start off this drive, but there is a Raider down hurt on the field, so they're going to take an injury timeout. Well, I've kind of been very vocal about it. I have not appreciated Melvin Gordon's ego more than anything, as he feels like he should be the number one running back on the roster. I don't think he should even be on this roster now at this point, because now Rich is absolutely right. He's now starting to prove more of a liability than what he's worth. I know the Broncos have paid him a lot of money. I understand that, but they also have $11 million in cap room. I think it's time maybe to move him off, put in Michael Boone, see what he can do, and maybe give Melvin Gordon a few more chances. But if he keeps fumbling the ball and giving up points off of turnovers, I mean, there's got to be a point where you got to say enough's enough. We can't do this anymore. There's got to be a point. There has got to be a point in which you say that. There has to be. There has to be. Anyhow, 1st and 10 from about their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson at the line here with Javonte Williams in the backfield. Snap now, and we'll hand it off to Williams. He'll roll over to the left side, and he'll go out to the 30, still on his feet, till about the 35, but he'll get a gain of about 8 or 9. Ball comes out, but they are going to rule him down. They are going to rule him down. It'll be second at about 3 or 2 here for the Broncos. Don't forget, coming up, ladies and gentlemen, Logan, Bronco, Bill, and Mundungus Creevy at halftime. Please be sure to stay tuned as we bring you a bunch of coverage here on the MHRT Network. 2nd and 1 now. Wilson at the line here with Williams in the backfield again. Snap now. It'll hand it off to Williams again. He'll burst forward down to the 40, over to the 45, cuts back and will be tackled down at about the 44-yard line. It'll be about a gain of about 15 yards. It'll be good enough for a Denver Broncos.
First down.
First down for the Broncos now with a great run by Javonte Williams. Clock still runs, and that'll probably run us down to about the 2-minute warning. Let's see if the Broncos will try and get another playoff. Here we go now at the line. Here is Wilson. They'll try to draw him offline, and that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll come back for the final 2 minutes of this half. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Call me the Joker, call me the fool. When she calls, I always seem to lose my cool. Baby, I'm just a moth to your flame. And don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Yes, it is, baby. Got no class or attributes. Don't know if I'm talking about me or you, baby. No one gets me like you do. I said loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen. Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know, babe, loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes to go here. We're gonna play it out here, and then we'll have the halftime show for you guys coming up here. You're killing me over here, says Ray Haas from Melvin Gordon. Agree with you 100%. Kamani Dixon says, thank you guys so much for tuning in here today. The Broncos will continue their drive here. The Broncos will continue their drive here from their own 47-yard line. 2 minutes to go here. Broncos break huddle. Wilson comes to the line here with Javonte Williams in the backfield. He'll motion hitting over to the left. Snap now to roll out to Williams, but he'll be tackled behind the line for about a 4-yard loss. It'll be second down and about 12 for the Broncos. And if I don't understand, here we go again, back to the poor game management. Why are the Broncos not taking any of their timeouts right now? You got 3 on the board. Snap now, Wilson in the gun. He'll look over to the left side. Go up over the top. He's got hit down to the 30, 25-20. Tackled out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Good enough for a Denver Broncos.
First down.
35-yard gain by Kentel Hinton. They'll rush over to the line here. The Broncos will. They're all the way down to the Raider 20-yard line. Wilson in the gun with Williams to his left. Snap now. Wilson looking over to the right. Throws down the field. Caught Jeudy. Touchdown, Broncos. Twenty-yard reception by Jeudy. The Broncos, just like that in the span of 2 plays, tie this game. Wow. Well, I recant my statement about using the timeouts. I guess they really didn't need to. McManus on for the extra try. High snap. It is blocked. Unbelievable. Waitman had a high snap. He couldn't get it down in time and placed it terribly for McManus. And he basically just kicked it off his own teammates. Waitman couldn't even get the ball down in a proper snap. He just basically laid it flat on the ground. He couldn't even get a grip on it before McManus stepped up to kick it. And basically just kicked it on a straight flat line up over his teammates. 5 plays, 75 yards. The Broncos score nonetheless and tie this ball game. Wow. It's kind of weird how the strength has shifted for the Broncos. First, in the first couple of 3 weeks, it was their special teams that was really carrying them, and now the special teams are struggling. But the offense and defense have gotten it together. Wow. Broncos struggling to get it together in a complete game on all 3 phases of the game. As McManus will step up and boot this ball very, very deep on the ensuing kickoff. It'll roll out of the end zone for a touchback. So now comes Derek Carr and the Raiders. Both teams have all their timeouts left with 1:23 left to go in this half. Derek Carr now coming out for the Raiders as they'll start this drive from their own 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Check in with our chat here. Do you smell what Russ is cooking? Absolutely, Jeudy. I said it. If he's going, he's heating up. Here we go now. 1st and 10 here for the Raiders from their own 25-yard line. Snap now. They'll hand it off to Jacobs. He'll roll forward for about a gain of about 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Clock continues to roll. Raiders not using any of their timeouts, but they will run a no-huddle, hurry-up offense. So here we go now. Carr in the gun with Jacobs to his left here. They got it out to about their own 30-yard line. Snap now. Carr looking over to the left side. Will hit Jacobs here. He'll go out to the 35-yard line. It'll be enough for a 1st down. Rushing back here. No huddle again. Carr motioning to get the offense set here. 46 seconds and counting. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Carr in the gun. Snap now. Looking over to the right side. Carr going up over the top, and it'll be incomplete by Patrick Surtain the second. 35 seconds left here in the half. Davante Adams was the intended receiver. Surtain has been all over Adams as of recent. He's only allowing 3 touchdowns this year, has 4 interceptions when targeted since last year. Here we go now. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders here. 35 seconds left. Trips bunch to the right. Snap now. Carr looks and pump fakes, so will throw. It'll be complete out here for Hollins as he's shoved out of bounds here with 29 seconds left. It'll be close to a 1st down. It'll be 3rd and about inches for the Raiders. Getting ready for the halftime here. Here we go now, running it up. Hurry up, no huddle. Here we go. Snap now as Carr will just take it and tuck it and run it forward. And they will use one of their first timeouts. So a 30-second timeout at that. So the Raiders use one of their timeouts here. MHRT Network says, I'm still frustrated that we can't get past 16. Missed extra point has kept us at 16. Yeah, but the offense is more cohesive than it has been. This is the most cohesive offensive unit we've seen in these first 4 weeks. from the Broncos. 27 seconds officially left. Carlson warming up on the sideline here just in case he needs to come in and they get into his projected distance. The Raiders have it at their own 47-yard line, just about to pass midfield. Here with Carr in the gun. Snap now here. Here's Carr looking over to the left side. Will throw. It'll be complete to Adams. Clock still running, though, and they will take another timeout. Now with just one timeout remaining. It'll be, I think, about 3rd and about 1 for the Raiders. Second and 3, actually. 21 seconds officially left on the clock. I'll run it when it comes synced up here. 2nd and 3. Here we go now. Carr in the gun. Jacobs to his left. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over the left side. We'll throw to Jacobs. And he'll step out of bounds. It'll be good enough for a first down for the Raiders. Gain of 4 there for the Raiders. It'll bring them down to about... believe to about their own 35-yard, to the Bronco 35-yard line, in the range for Carlson, who has never missed a field goal at Allegiant Stadium. Now it's at the Bronco 41-yard line here. 1st and 10 here. Carr in the gun, 2 wide receivers on each side of him. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over the right side. Scrambled as he's being pressured out to the right side. We'll tuck it around 40, 35, 30, 25, down to about the 20-yard line, and he'll take a timeout. The final timeout there, which will bring on the field goal unit to try for the Raiders. Carr getting pressured by Randall Gregory. Tucked it and ran to about a right sweep out on the right side. Josie Jewell missing the tackle. I believe Draymond Jones was the ultimate tackler there. No, it was Williams, excuse me. Javonte Williams. 8 seconds left now. Carr still in the huddle, though. They might want to... Here we go now. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 21-yard line here. They're going to try and go up over the top. I'm assuming probably to Adams. 1st and 10. Oh, almost jumped offside there. Snap now. Here's Carr looking up over to the right side. We'll go up over the top. It'll be incomplete. It'll push us to about 4 seconds left here, and I think the Raiders will come out. Here comes Carlson to try the field goal. So he hasn't missed a field goal attempt. He has missed the extra point today. 39 yards here for Carlson from the left hash mark of about the 30-yard line. Here we go now. Snap down. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Raiders lead by 3 going into the half, 19-16. We'll be right back here with the halftime show on the MHRT Network.
And what's going on, everybody? Mundungus Creevy here on the halftime show, joined as always by Crazy Man Bronco Bill.
Yeah,
and
you
special
got
guest-
that right.
Special guest Logan LeBeau joining us here on the halftime show. He is at your guest relations at Empower, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know
Hey,
what that entails, but it sounds fun.
It is a lot of fun. I actually do guest relations. It's basically before security. I can get security involved if I need be, but I try not to do that. But it's a very fun job, and I get to experience Broncos games while I do it.
Now, when the Raiders are at Empower, do you just randomly call security on Raiders fans? Like, that guy needs to go.
I mean, I would love to do that, but I
Always.
try to be a little nice, but I do give Raiders fans a lot more trouble than most fans.
There we go. So we are at the half. 19 Raiders, 16 Broncos. Definitely some things to talk about. I do want to kick it over to Logan because we've had 3 games where the offense has been struggling, and I don't know if they're struggling as much in this game. What are your thoughts?
The offense is definitely doing a lot better than all the other teams. I feel like special teams is the one place that's actually struggling today, which we haven't had a problem in the past. But it's nice seeing Russell Wilson and them be able to move the ball down the field. And I hope we can continue to do that throughout the game.
Go ahead, Bill. I know you want to say something. Go ahead. I see you staring at me. Go ahead.
First off, Logan, welcome. Welcome to the halftime. Appreciate you being on. I'm frustrated. You knew this was coming. I said this in my show on Friday. This is a trap game. The Raiders are going to bring everything they have at the Broncos, including the kitchen sink, and they did that in the first quarter with the onside kick. I mean, seriously, they're doing anything and everything they can, or maybe early second. I don't know. But anyways, they're doing anything they can. What bothers me the most is the Broncos haven't gotten past 16 points. We're at 16 now. Why? Because we can't kick an extra point. Really? Come on.
Now, I will say this. Like, as much as I want to blame McManus, Waitman didn't have that ball. It was way too high, and then it was flat on the ground. So I understand it, but at the same time, like, I agree. Like,
16 points.
An extra point? Come on.
Is that our kryptonite? Come on, Logan, what do you think? Is that the Broncos' kryptonite?
It's sad that, like you said, it's sad that we can't take a lead on just an extra point, but I think our offense has definitely looked a lot better today, but I feel like it's still improvement. I mean, it's early on. I think we still have a lot of games ahead of us, obviously, but yeah, I mean, the frustration is over here as well. I definitely get what you're saying. It's hard to see why can't we get past 16 points, but we have a whole half ahead of us, and I think we will get above 16 points for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think that Glenn's picking on you too. Raiders only had the lead because of Gordon's fumble. Chill out, Bill.
Now that's what we need to talk about.
They give him the ball the first time in the game. He has a great run.
So that's what I'm saying.
Come on. No.
I'm going to assume that Melvin Gordon was not in for most of that first half because of the fumbles he had in the last game.
And then they give it to him.
That's my assumption. So then he comes in, runs the ball, fumbles, gives it up. Yeah. Like I wanted them to re-sign Melvin Gordon because he's really good in the red zone. But at this point, like, can we please see Divine Azigbo come up from the practice squad and move, like, put Boone down? Because Boone is like missing blocks all the time. He missed a block in this game as well. He missed a couple in the last game. He's missing catches. Like, and we haven't seen a lot of them, but still, like, I'm not overly impressed with what we've seen from Boone. And I'm just done with the Gordon fumbles. Can we bump him down and move a Zigbo up or something?
After today,
I was a huge fan of freaking Melvin Gordon. I was talking him up at the beginning of the season, and now I'm like, man, it's not looking good. We need to find someone that, like you said, can block, that can not fumble. I mean, Javonte Williams, I feel like, is solid all the time, but we need a backup that's consistent. It's getting ridiculous, I'd say.
I agree. Another point I want to make is this. Is Patrick Surtain, I mean, playing out of his mind? I mean, this guy is incredible. When we drafted him, I was ecstatic because I said, oh my gosh, if he's anything close to his dad, we have a diamond in the rough. This guy is amazing. The plays this guy does, nobody throws to him. Nobody really does. And that's just what makes this defense better. I mean, if Surtain can continue to do this all season long, we get Justin Simmons back. We have Josie Jewell. Oh my gosh, the defense. We have to do it, but we have to do it today.
Am I hearing positivity?
Yes, you are, Glenn.
Now,
I'm positive when we are positive.
D-Rock has an interesting question I want to pose to you, Logan. Do y'all think Gordon gets traded?
I would say I'd love to try to get trade value from him, but it's so hard seeing what we just talked about, what we see on the field. It's kind of, I mean, he's not fixing the problems he's having, so I feel like it might be difficult. We might be able to get a late round pick, but I would say we might have to cut him. And like you said, use the people that we have available.
Well, and that's the part that sucks is like Melvin Gordon is a good running back. He can get you yards. He's good in the red zone. He can get you in the end zone. But for every good he does, he crushes it with the fumble. Just every time.
Can I ask you guys a question? I'm going to ask both you guys the same question. What do you think is the issue with Gordon? Is it because maybe he has short arms? I don't know. I'm just saying, is it something to do with his hands, his arms? Maybe he's not strong enough to hang on the ball when the guys are ripping it. What do you think the issue is? Because it's not happening with Williams.
I just always feel like it's super sloppiness, like the last fumble that just happened. I mean, how does the ball go flying backwards? You know, I don't even know if it's small hands, whatever you're talking about. I just feel like he almost starts running without focusing on the ball kind of thing, because I feel like Javonte Williams always has the ball and then runs through contact. I don't know if Melvin Gordon just isn't focusing enough. You know, I know there's a big thing with mind games in the NFL, but
well, I always notice that like anytime he fumbles the ball, it's after he's trying to gain more yards. So and he never covers the ball with both hands. He always just does one. Like you'll see him when he runs in the middle, he'll break free, get a couple yards, and then he'll spin, and then he gets hit. But he's spinning with the ball out here or tucked under. Like he never. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I know how to hold on to a football, because if one of those guys hit me, I'm not getting up. But like,
but you hung on the ball.
It's one of those basic things of like, if you're running into contact or trying to run through contact, cover the ball.
It's not that hard. You're getting paid millions to do what? Cover the ball. That's what I always tell people. I love watching sports, but man, you're getting paid millions to do your job. If I don't do my job, what happens?
Yeah.
So this defense is playing, in my opinion, they're playing bend but don't break. I don't like that philosophy. I really don't, because what you're doing is you're allowing them to get down inside or close to the 20, kick a field goal, and that's why we're behind now. I don't like this defense. I liked the no-fly zone we had in 2015. I'm not sure that this defense is at that caliber right now.
Well, and I don't know if it's so much bend, don't break. I think – because like in the first half, I think that's definitely what you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of trying to figure out what the offense is doing, trying to get the runner down, trying to break up passes, trying to figure out what the offense is throwing your way. But again, like, you know, when you called me all huffy puffy like a big baby,
I'm being me, dude.
The Broncos defense is really, really good at adjusting in the second half and just shutting everything down. So I'm not concerned yet. At the same time, as much as I hate Josh McDaniels and as much as I think he's a terrible coach, I don't think any of us can argue that he is a good offensive coach. So I'm going to assume that we're going to struggle more against a more offensive-minded head coach, such as McDaniels, because he's able to adjust, as opposed to, say, the Texans or – and like even the Niners, I was surprised because, you know, Shanahan. But I don't know, because we've seen Shanahan before. The last time we saw McDaniels as a head coach was – God, I think I forgot that period of time.
I want to say they said like 2009.
10 years ago, something like that.
2010, the last time he won.
So I don't know. I'm assuming the defense is going to adjust. But we also don't know if Josh McDaniels is going to adjust and how he's going to adjust. I will say that I have loved DJ Jones in the middle. He's killing it. All up in that backfield.
Yep.
Glad he passed the concussion protocol. That's for sure. He is much needed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a thought. And is Nathaniel Hackett going to let Russell Wilson be Russell Wilson in the second half? Because when Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson, look at the points we got. He scrambles out of the pocket. He makes things happen. He throws the ball down the field. You can't handcuff him. And that's what's been happening. It frustrates me. What do you think, Logan?
I think we do need to unleash him. Like you said, I mean, in Seattle, that's how he was so successful. I feel like he got to run the offense. He obviously talks to the coach, not all him. It's a 50-50, I would say. But I definitely feel like Hackett needs to give him more of the reins to – I mean, you're seeing what's happening today. We're scoring points. We're getting the ball down the field. And other aspects of the game are why we're tied or down right now. I mean, so I think – he needs to continue to do what he's doing and just give him a little bit more power to scramble, because I feel like him with his scrambling ability really helps us just speed up the game, honestly.
Do you think Hackett is a little timid into giving up his offensive play calling? Because he's the head coach, but he's also calling the plays. So do you think maybe he's trying to do it his way, and he has to realize it has to be Wilson's way? He's on the field.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem has been trying to figure out what plays work best with Russ. And I think we're starting to see that Russ and Hackett are starting to figure it out. Because I haven't really had any issues with the play calling yet. The defense for the Raiders is playing a little bit better than I thought they would. Like with that run around with Jeudy when Sutton was in front of him blocking. Even if he cut that inside, there still wasn't really any room to run. So I haven't really had any issues. And, I mean, we've seen Sutton with a touchdown. We've seen Jeudy with a touchdown. Sauber's been catching some long balls. Javonte is breaking free at any given moment. I think we're starting to see the offense and the coaching staff starting to gel. And I think that's what we've seen in the first half. And I'm hoping it's going to get better in the second half.
Well, it has to. Otherwise, guess what?
Yeah,
not good.
Pretty much.
I would say bouncing off of him. I mean, I feel like it's early on. Like I said, early on. I mean, it's really just they need to flow. They need to get in the gel together, like he was saying as well. And I feel like it's all going to take some time. If we're talking about this in week 11, I would say we need to panic. But right now, I think we still have time to get it going.
Yep. So hold on, Bill. Logan, I want to thank you so much for joining us for the halftime show. Hope you'll stick around for the post-game show. It's going to be
of course. Fun. I appreciate you having me on.
Game is getting underway, so we're going to get back. We're going to kick it over to Jeremy here in just a second. But thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and we'll see you on the post-game show.
Right.
And welcome back, everybody. We're here for the third quarter. The Raiders have already kicked it off to the Broncos here. They let it sail out of the end zone for a touchback, as the Broncos will start this drive at their own 25-yard line. 19-16, only a 3-point game here as we start out the third quarter. Here comes Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 here. Wilson 11 of 12 with 149 yards and 2 touchdowns here. Wilson at the line here with Javonte Williams in the backfield here as he sends Beck in motion. Snap now, pitched out left to Williams as he will go left for little to no gain. Swallowed up behind the line by the Raiders. It'll be about a loss of 2 and second at about 11 or 12 here for the Broncos. Hope you guys enjoyed the halftime show. A lot of comments I see. A lot of viewership. Let's see. Tom Rousey, thank you for the like. We appreciate it. He's playing absolutely great. Absolutely, Creed. Way better. We got an injured Bronco down on the field, though. And I'm not sure who it is here. Is it Williams? I don't know who's down on the field. I think Williams is down on the field. Yeah, Williams is, I think he was slow to get up there. 14:40 left here in the third quarter. They're going to take a injury timeout. Change the clock here. We'll take a short break just here too as well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 14-40 left, excuse me. Left here in the third quarter. There was an injury down on the field. I'm not entirely sure who it was. I believe it was Javonte Williams. Now Michael Boone will come in to fill in for him. Nonetheless, it'll be second and about 11 here for the Broncos, as it was a loss of about 2 yards here. As Wilson comes to the line here as they break huddle with Mike Boone in the backfield. Here now with the I formation with Beck as the fullback. Snap now, giving it up to Boone. He'll cut it up the middle to about the 35. Still on his feet, tackled down. That'll be good enough for a Denver Broncos.
First down.
13-yard gain on the play. It'll be a first down for the Broncos. $13:58 left now here. It'll be 1st and 10. Snap down. Boone will be given to it, and he'll go nowhere that time. It'll carry it out to about their own 37-yard line. It'll be second down. 13:45 and counting. So Javonte Williams questionable on the return. Bolt Bros Podcast says, hate to say this, but we want the Raiders to win this. So Javonte Williams coming out of the medical tent limping. His return is listed as questionable. Now Wilson at the line, 3 wide receivers to the right. Boone now with a handoff. He'll roll over to the left side, still on his feet at the 40, and we'll get it out to about the 43 or 44-yard line. There it'll be 3rd and about 4 or 5. Great pickup there by Michael Boone. Williams is just going to sit down. Hopefully they'll let him sit out for a couple of plays, and we'll be able to get him back in here. 12:46 and counting. It's 3rd and 4 Broncos. Makes me throw up in my mouth, though. Well, I mean, you're a Charger fan, so here we go now. 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson in the gun with Boone to his left. 2 wide receivers on each side from their own 43-yard line here. Play clock at 2. 1. Snap now. Here's Broncos will have to punt. On comes Waitman. 4th down here at a sack. Offensive line not picking up swing blocks when they need to. Not a good sign. Waitman with the snap, punt way high up in the air. It'll be caught at about the 23-yard line, 19-yard line, and will go for virtually no gain here. As Jonas Griffith on the tackle there, it'll be 11:38 of the official time. I'll let it run down until it catches up. 11:38 left here. 19-16 Raiders. They'll take over. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
She calls, I always fear to lose my cool.
Welcome back, everybody. 11:38 left here in the third quarter. Raiders will take over from about their own 19-yard line. Here as the Broncos only trail by 3. Thank you guys tuning in. If you guys like what you hear or see, please be sure to leave us a subscription right here on the MHRT Network. Like and subscribe. It helps us out. Costs you nothing. 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Card and empty gun. With a 5-person receiving personnel. Snap now, looking over to the left side. Carr will throw, but it'll be dropped, and that pass will be incomplete. Bradley Chubb there on the breakup. 11:34 and counting. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Carr at the line with a single back set, 2 wide receivers on each side from their own 19-yard line still. Play clock at 5, 4, down to 3, snap now. Here comes Jacobs over to the left side, rolling out to the 20 and will be tackled at about the 23-yard line. It'll now bring that to 3rd down and about 5. 3rd and 5 here for the Raiders upcoming. Let's keep it at 3, says Kimani Dixon. We may not even have to do that, Kimani. They might punt it. 3rd and 5 here. Carr in the gun with Abdullah to his left. Now Abdullah goes out in motion. 2 wide receivers on each side from their own 24-yard line. It's 3rd and 5. Carr in an empty gun. That might go on an under route here. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over. We'll throw over the middle of the field. It'll be complete to Hollins, and that'll be enough for a Raider first down. It'll be about a gain of 7 yards. Williams all over him on the coverage as he got to Hollins, but not in time enough to stop him. 1st and 10 now, Raiders. Audible now by Carr as there's 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Carr in the gun with Jacobs to the left. From the 31-yard line, snap now. Carr looking over left side, will throw immediately, but the ball will fall to the ground, and that'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now upcoming for the Raiders. 10:08 left. Here we go. 10:08 left. 2nd and 10. Raiders break huddle. Carr will come to the line with Jacobs in the backfield. Single set backfield here. 2 wide receivers bunched out to the left. Tied in almost to the line. Now snap now as Adams goes into motion. Carr looking deep down the field for Hollins. It'll be broken up and incomplete, but there's going to be a flag down on the play. It's probably going to be pass interference on Patrick Surtain II. Costly penalty for the Broncos. It'll be stopped at 10 minutes exactly for the clock. Oh, it's going to be ineligible player downfield on the offense, on the offensive lineman Miller. The penalty declined. It'll be 3rd down now off the incompletion. Pat Surtain thought maybe he would have got a little bit too handsy, but yeah, Miller went way upfield without the rest of the offensive line, and that makes him ineligible. So here we go, 3rd and 10 from their own 31-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Carr in the gun with White to his left. Snap now. Carr looking over the center. Pressured. Sacked down by Williams. Brings him back down all the way to the 25-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Raiders. Mundungus Creevy says, "You stop it, Bolt Bros." Need an INT. We just need to stop. Got it. Two sacks apiece on each side. Now the Raiders punting unit on. Snap now, punts way high in the air by Cole. Here comes Washington at the 35-40, over to the 45, tries to cut back at the 50, and will be tackled down right about there. 9:14 left here. The Broncos will start their drive at midfield. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up. Put the place up, yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, blue, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major. Link up and out, ego, I'm a taker. Shaker, yeah, she was a ball shaker. She shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Something like the road when we came out there, we settled back like the Vinci.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9:12 left here to go in the third quarter. Raiders still leading by 3 here as the Broncos take over near midfield. Here we go now, 1st and 10. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left here for Wilson. Snap now, gives it off to Melvin Gordon. He'll roll to the left, maybe about a gain of 2 yards. It'll bring them up to officially the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 for the Broncos. 9 minutes and running here for the Broncos. 2nd and 9 it will be. Here we go now, 2nd and 9. Wilson at the line, trips bunch to the right. Jeudy goes in motion over to the left. Snap now. He'll give play action. Fake, but will be met immediately. Sacked right down behind the line. It's Crosby again with his 3rd sack of the game. It'll be 3rd down, and they push him back to their own 40-yard line. It's a loss of 10. Why can't anybody block Max Crosby? Beck looked like he did very little to help, if anything, on that sack. 3rd down and about 18 here for the Broncos. Wilson in an empty gun. Snap now. Turns left. Throws out to Montrell Washington. Cuts out to about the 45 and is wrapped up there way short. This 3rd down play calling has been absolutely terrible for the Broncos. It brings up another 4th down. Waitman out there really quick here to punt. As he'll try to pin the Raiders back. Waitman really good, close into midfield. Trying to punt. Snap now. Punt up by Waitman. It'll go rolling deep out of the 10. He'll try to keep it, but it'll roll all the way back into the back of the end zone for a touchback as Hassey tried to keep it in. 7:09 officially left here. 19-16 Raiders. We'll be right back.
Call me the Joker, call me the fool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1916. The Raiders now have it. They'll start at their own 20-yard line here. It'll be 1st and 10 here on their own 20 as they open up this drive here for themselves. This just in, Javonte Williams is out for the rest of the game, has been officially ruled out. His knee is the reason why. So here we go. The Raiders will break huddle. They'll come out here. Single back formation, or I formation here. Snap now. We'll hand it off here to Jacobs. He'll roll forward for about a gain of about 4 yards. We'll be out to about the 23 or 24-yard line. It'll be about a gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6. So Mike Boone and Melvin Gordon will be the running back personnel going forward. Kamani Dixon, thank you for the Facebook love. We appreciate it. 2nd and 6 here for the Raiders. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over to the left side. He will throw and it'll be complete to Davante Adams, who will be shoved out of bounds there. It'll be enough for another first down for the Raiders. Gain of 16 yards for Adams. Adams today, 5 receptions, 60 yards. Raiders will come to the line now. 1st and 10. Carr at the line. Snap now. Will hand off to Jacobs. He's trying to burst forward as he shucks and jives. He'll be breaking at the 40, down the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, and will be tackled by Caden Stearns all the way down at about the 17-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Raiders. 43-yard gain on that pickup. It puts the Raiders all the way down into the red zone. He shucks and shuffles his way and broke a tackle. Raiders got a huge gain when they needed it. From their own 17-yard line, from the Broncos 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Carr at the line here. 3 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. Single back set in white. Waller goes in motion and goes back over to the right side, and they will take a timeout here. Officially 5-10. I'll run it down. It'll be the first timeout here. 5:10 officially left as Jacobs got a 43-yard gain. Massive for the Raiders. Not Gordon. Exactly, Kamani. Not Gordon. I don't want Gordon. $5:10 left here in the third quarter. Raiders down in the red zone. We got to hold them to 3. Here we go now. 1st and 10. Carr in the gun. 3 to the now 2 and 2 on each side. Jacobs with the left side right behind him in the pocket. Steps up, throws. It'll be complete to Adams for about a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and about. It'll be enough for a first down. I was thinking it would be 2nd and 1. So I think it's going to be 2nd and 1 here. Should be. 4:50 and running here. Here's Carr at the line here with a single back set. It'll be 2nd and 2. They're at the Bronco 10-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap now. Carr hands it off to Jacobs, and he's swallowed immediately behind the line by Josie Jewell. 3rd down for the Raiders. Well, who's to say that's the case, Kimani? Remember, the Broncos have $11 million in cap space. 4:15 and running here. 3rd and 6 for the Raiders. Dragged back all the way to the Broncos 14-yard line. Or 15-yard line, excuse me. Carr in the gun. 3 out to the right, 1 to the left. Snap now. Here's Carr stepping back, steps up, throws. It is complete to Waller, but he'll get all the way down to about the 1. It'll be enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders. First down, Raiders. They'll be all the way up to the 1. Here we come now, 3:28 and running. Raiders break huddle with an I formation. I formation here, set. 1st and goal. Waller comes in motion, then goes back over to the left side. Snap now. Hand off to Jacobs. Swallowed behind the line. Draymond Jones with it. Loss of about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal. Broncos knew what was happening. Hopefully they can make a decent goal line stand here. Plays for negative yards. The Broncos have 7. Raiders have 6. 77 yards on 4 rush, 3 pass plays in 4.5 minutes on this drive. Break huddle here with a single back formation. 2 wide receivers out to the left with a crooked I formation. Snap now. Carr pump fakes. Goes up over to the top to the left. It drops out of bounds, and that ball is incomplete. 3rd down. Kareem Jackson on the coverage for the Broncos. Receivers could not break free, and the one that did was in double coverage. Incomplete. Kareem Jackson holds up the Dikembe Mutombo finger at Collins. 2:34 left. Here we go. 3 wide receivers to the right. In the gun is Carr with Jacobs to his left. Sends Adams into motion over to the left side. 3rd and goal here. Snap now. Here's Carr. Looking over the left side and will throw it. Goes out of bounds, and that'll be incomplete again. It'll be 4th and goal. Great defensive stand by the Broncos to hold the Raiders to only 3 here. Little bit of miscommunication there, and the Raiders will only walk away seemingly with 3 points instead of 6. It'll be Carlson here from the left hash mark. Here at about the 13-yard line. 22-yard attempt. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. 22-16, 2:27 left. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network. Thought they were going to go on a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here for the kickoff. Yvonne Urenda says, Broncos, thank you. Ivan, thank you. Not Yvonne, Ivan, thank you so much. Lakisa Duffy, thank you so much for the Facebook love. We appreciate you guys, every single one of you tuning in. 2:27 left here in the game. The Broncos only need a touchdown to tie it here. Down 6 points. 10 plays, 77 yards. 4 minutes, 42 seconds on that drive for the Raiders on a 22-yard field goal by Carlson. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you like what you hear or see, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Here on the MHRT Network, we're at 900 subscribers. We're trying to hit 1,000. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And also, if you're a fan of NHL, Colorado Avalanche hockey, we will have that for play-by-play for you here throughout the year as the kick is sent high by Carlson, and it'll go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos will start this drive at their own 25-yard line. Russell Wilson, let's see what he's got here late in this game. If you're new in the chat here, make yourselves known. Who's going to win? Let's hear it in the chat, everybody. Whether you're Broncos or Raiders fan, who's going to win? Broncos, Raiders. Let's hear it now in the chat. Make your voice be known. Yes, we did Bolt, go. Chargers, we won today. So now the pressure's on the Broncos to maintain it here. 1st and 10 from their own 25s. Russell Wilson with the snap. He'll throw out to Jeudy. It'll be bobbled and caught by the Raiders defender, but it's out of bounds. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. The Broncos really need to stop with these small gains. They really need to stop with that. Hobbs there with the coverage on the play. 2nd and 10 here. Wilson in the gun. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Boone in the backfield with him. Snap now. Wilson looking over, scrambles out over to the left, throwing back, and he throws, and it's complete to Jeudy, out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Flag thrown on the play. It'll be 9-yard gain. Let's see who it's on. 2:16 left officially. It's going to be holding on the offense. It's going to be on Garrett Bowles again. Unbelievable. Every time the Broncos have somewhat of a good play, Garrett Bowles he had an extra blocker there to help him. Why are you holding? 2nd and 20 now. Wilson in the shotgun here with Boone to his right. 2 wide receivers out on the left, 1 to the right. It's Kendall Hinton out there all by himself. From their own 15-yard line now. Clock at 5. Snap now. Wilson looking over the center. Goes up over the top on the right side. Incomplete. As he was intending for Kendall Hinton, it'll be 3rd and 20 with 1:52 left. Kimani Dixon says Broncos. Let's hear it, chat. Who do you think, Broncos or Raiders, will win? Make it known in the chat. 3rd and 20 here for the Broncos. Can't blame them. At least they went downfield on a shot there, but I think it's just too late. They haven't done enough of that. 3rd down and 20. Trips bunched out to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield with Wilson in the gun. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the center. Steps up in the pocket. Throws out to Michael Boone on the flat. Down to the 20. Will try to shove his way out to about the 24-yard line. As he's shoved at about out of bounds there. It'll bring up 4th down. 2 straight 3-and-outs for the Broncos. And now on comes Waitman to punt. He hit Boone out on the flat, but it just wasn't enough. This is unbelievable. Broncos stalling late when they need it the most. 3 punts at an average of 50.3 yards here for Waitman. Snap now. Waitman, booms the kick high. They'll wave fair catch it there at about the 31-yard line. 1:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Who is tuning in? I'm going to join Bill in the vapor lock if we don't get it together. Paramedics for the win. Yeah, this is Broncos defense has got to get a stop here with 1:02 left. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to tune into the post-game show here at the end of the game. 1st and 10 for the Raiders in an I formation. Snap now, handed off to Jacobs. He'll bounce out to the right, down to the 35, out to about the 38-yard line, tackled down. It'll be 2nd and very, very short, 2nd and 6 here for the Raiders. Time continues to run here in the last few seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Broncos are trailing. 17 first down for the Raiders, only 9 for the Broncos. 108 yards rushing here for Josh Jacobs today. The Broncos defense cannot stop this Raiders running game. I formation again with 2 wide receivers out to the left here from their own 38-yard line. Snap now. Here's Jacobs now rolling out to the right, but he'll barely go anywhere as Josie Jewell and Purcell were there on the tackle. That may seemingly be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 3rd and 3 upcoming here for the Raiders. That'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the third quarter. 22-16, the Raiders lead as we go into the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Switch that V6 for the EV. Ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip. Water like a fish sip. I water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future. Time to get a word of makeover. Time never stops. No, the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess. How can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the fourth quarter. 22-16. Broncos lay a goose egg in the third. The Raiders will continue this drive that they're on. It's 3rd and 3 right here from their own 39-yard line. Carr in the empty backfield here with 3 out to the left, 2 to the right. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over to the left side and will be batted down. And incomplete pass. It'll bring down 4th and 3 with 14:57 left. Let's check in with our chat. Double shot, Jake checking in. Thank you very much, Jake. Come on, Broncos. Got to get this offense rolling. Again, you're doing a great job, sir, says Kamani Dixon. Thank you very much, Kamani, for all your compliments. 4th and 3 now. The Raiders will punt it. Montrell Washington back to receive it, and he's done a stellar job today. Snap now by Cole. Punt high in the air. It'll be let go by Washington. Will bounce. Try to keep it in, and they will. Down it at about the half-yard line. 14:46 left. Unbelievable. The Broncos will start this drive at their own half-yard line. This is bad. 60-yard punt. Matthias Farley with the downing there. It'll now be 1st and 10 for the Broncos from their own half-yard line. 14:46 left. Let's see if Russell Wilson can give us another version of the drive. Although the stakes are not as serious as they were back in 1978, I believe it was. Or 82, maybe. 1982. Here we go, 1st and 10 now. Wilson now with a snap will hand it off to Melvin Gordon. He'll be dragged back into the end zone. Safety. Oh, no gain. They're going to say no gain, no gain. They're going to say no gain. It'll be second down. They're going to say no gain. Thought it was going to be a safety, but now the Broncos are on their own goal line. They need to start passing the ball. I don't understand why they can't pass. How do you have Russell Wilson and you just don't pass the ball? 2 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, Wilson in the gun. Here with Melvin Gordon. Snap now. Wilson looking over the right side will throw. The ball will be batted down and incomplete. So I guess it'll be technically a gain of 2 yards. It'll be third down and about 8. Oh, as it was batted down, Wilson caught it in the end zone and ran it out to about the 2-yard line after it got swatted back at him by Max Crosby. 3rd and 9 from their own 3-yard line. I'm sorry, from their own 2. Wilson in the gun. 2 wide receivers on each side. Snap now. Wilson looking over the center. Pump fakes, throws, and it is incomplete and dropped by Melvin Gordon. Why? Why are we struggling so bad? Why are the Broncos struggling? I don't understand this. Yes, Ray Haas Williams got injured. He's out for the game. His right knee was the reason for him being out. Martin Fallon says Broncos need new quarterback. I'm not entirely sure about that. I just think the play calling is very, very, very piss poor at this point. It's bad. Waitman here now punting from his own end zone here. 4th and 9. Snap now. Punt way up high in the air. As they'll retrieve it at about the 48-yard line, down to the 45. Trying to cut back in. Will be out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Flag thrown now down on the play as well. Let's see if this will go against the Raiders here as it's thrown on the sideline. It's going to be a illegal block in the back by the Raiders. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, which will set him back to just before midfield. 13:05 left here in the 4th quarter. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Hey, 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 and I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Eating on papaya with my main thing. Baby getting bread, I'm on the same thing. No rocks in it with a plain Jane. Put my on, they used to gangbang. They be tryna pay me like a new guy, but I'm buzzing in the apple like a fruit fly. I be somewhere in Seattle getting neck bone, and I'm really not the one that you should rest on. Uber eat Jamaican to the B&B. All the moves we making, they ain't seeing me. Rooftop bar for the scenery. I give a fuck about a mug and what it mean to me. I'm that saucy little from the middle, man. Told that baby box it for me, she gon' dribble that. Got some in the paper, got it mummy wrap. Got no minutes for the funny act. Hey, and I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified trunk beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be honest. Monastery on from the middle, man. What you know about it, baby, riddle that. Heard a lot of rapping, very little fact. You the type of that we giggle at. Gold all on my mouth look like a chandelier. I'm about to disappear and make $100,000 appear. I'm about that cash money stunting like my...
Back here, ladies and gentlemen, here. 13:05 left here in this game. The Raiders will take over after a Broncos third straight 3-and-out. Here at about their own 47-yard line, just about. 13:05 left here. 6 punts and a field goal this half between both teams. 13:05 left. Here we go. 1st and 10, Raiders here. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right as he sends Adams in motion over to the left. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over to the left side. We'll throw out to Adams out there on the flat. He'll get to the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. It'll be about enough for a Raider first down. Gain of 15 yards on the play. It'll be first down here for the Raiders. First and 10 here for the Raiders. They march the ball into Broncos territory here. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own for the Broncos 38-yard line. Snap now, play action by Carr. Looks over to the left side. Will throw. Will hit Collins, and it'll have another gain of another 15 yards. It'll be another Raider first down. First and 10 now. Now the Raiders march down all the way to about the 23, 24-yard line in the red zone officially. Now Hollins will come out. Here we go, I formation here. Snap now. We'll hand out to Jacobs and will be met immediately at the line by Jones. It'll be 2nd and 10, no gain. All right, it'll be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9, excuse me. So here we go, Hollins now back in the game. Second and 9 here for the Raiders. They're going with a 2 wide receiver set on each side as Waller goes over to the left side. Snap now. Here's Carr. He'll get a throw over to Waller. It'll be complete for about a gain of about 5. 4 or 5 there. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and about 6. Sorry, 3rd and 4. As the clock continues to run, we reach about the 11-minute mark here, 3rd and 5. Raiders at the Bronco 18-yard line. Broncos got to put a stop here. Third and 5 here. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Carr in the gun. Snap now as the clock just reaches 0. Throws over to the left side. It is barely complete to Adams, but it looks like it'll be just short of the 1st-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. I don't know if the officials will take the time to measure or not, but Surtain with great coverage on him as he met Adams right as he caught it. I think they're going to mark it from when he had control of the ball and was touched down. So 4th and 1, it'll be 4th and 1. They'll come out for a field goal try here. 30 yards from the left hash mark by Daniel Carlson here for the Raiders. Snap down, kick up. It is good. 25-16 lead, 9:50 left here in the 4th quarter. Let's check in. Yes, it's the play calling, absolutely. The Broncos have to do something. They got to respond. They haven't had a touchdown since the 2nd quarter. The Broncos seem to be stuck at 16 points. It's kind of concerning when we get to week 4 and this offense can't post more than 16 points on the board. It's a little bit concerning. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to tune in with us this Thursday night as the Broncos kick off week 5 when they welcome in the Indianapolis Colts to Empower Field at Mile High. We will have the play-by-play call right here on the MHRT Network this Thursday night. Don't forget to stop in with us. Me, myself, Jeremy Case, Bronco Bill, Mundungus Creevy, hopefully Glenn Hauser, Logan LeBeau. We'll be back after a short break, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 9:50 left. Raiders march down the field, score a field goal, and make this game a now 9-point game, 25-16. They lead the Denver Broncos. Let's see if this offense needs to score here. If they don't, it might as well be game over for the Broncos. I'm muted again. Can everybody hear me now? Chat, can you hear me? Need to hear if I can get heard here again. I don't know if I'm muted. Kick is deep high out of the back of the end zone here for the Broncos. They'll start it at their own 25-yard line. Am I still muted? Can anybody hear me? Chat, yes or no? Can I get a yes, no? Can you hear me? Anybody? Good? You hear me? Not good? Hear you. Thank you. Thank you, Ray Haas. Thank you so much. All right, Kamani. Thank you, guys. 1st and 10 here. Wilson in the gun for their own 25. Snap now. Wilson looking over the center. Will throw. It will be incomplete. Intended for Cortland Sutton on that. It'll be 9:46 will be the first official time. It went way too low. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. Wilson in the gun with Michael Boone right there to his right side. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over to the left. Will throw. It'll be complete to Jeudy. He runs backwards and gets smacked. Maybe for a gain of about 2 or 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 8. Boy, this is rough. This is real rough for the Broncos. 3rd and 9 here. From their own 26-yard line. Wilson in the gun. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left with Boone in the backfield with him. 3rd and 9 for the Broncos. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the center. Steps up. Tucks the ball. Runs out to the 30, to the 35, and about to the 40-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Denver Broncos.
1st down.
1st down for the Broncos. He moves it out to about their own 40-yard line. Gives them a little breath of life here late in this game. No huddle offense hurried back up to the line. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 to the left with Michael Boone to his left in the gun. Snap now. Wilson looking over the center. Looking, scrambling again. He'll throw it out to Michael Boone, but it ultimately will fall incomplete. 8:37, the official time left. Flag down on the field. Let's see who it's on. It's going to be holding on Dalton Reisner. Glam Gazgow, excuse me. It'll march the Broncos back 5 yards. And they'll replay 1st down, I believe. It'll be 1st and 15. Skazglow was holding Max Crosby. They cannot contain Max Crosby on that offensive line. He has been a thorn in the Broncos side. 1st and 20 here. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left with Michael Boone in the backfield with Wilson. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the center. Now over to the left as he rolls, and he'll just throw it on the ground. It'll be incomplete as he shoveled it to the ground. Too much pressure for Wilson. Another flag on the play. Let's see who it's on as Boone is limping off the field. So Melvin Gordon will likely be in for the rest of the game. Let's see what the official calls. Ineligible man downfield and holding on Garrett Bowles. They'll enforce that. It'll march him back another 10 yards. We'll replay it on 1st and 30 now. Garrett Bowles holding again on Chandler Jones. So now it'll be 1st and 30. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over. Wilson steps up, throws down the field. He's got him open, and it's incomplete. Flag down on the play again. Unbelievable. Oh, it's going to be 12 players on the field on the Raiders. Andrew Billings, it was called on. Didn't get off. Russell Wilson saw it and snapped the ball. Well, that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 25 for now to the 4th time we play first down. 8:25 left. Broncos now have it back at their own 29-yard line. 3 out to the right, 1 to the left with Wilson in the gun with Gordon next to him. Snap now. Wilson looking over left side, throws. It'll be complete. Cortland Sutton down to the 35, cuts back over to the right, down to the 40, and will be tackled down at the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down now, and I think about 7. Great grab by Cortland Sutton as he ran an in route from the left side into the right. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. Man, the Broncos really got a break there in this drive. Wilson in the shotgun now. Snap. Here's Wilson looking over, steps up, throws downfield. He's got Kendall Hinton with the catch. That's KJ Hamler at the 5, down to about the 2 for a Denver Broncos
first down.
55-yard reception by KJ Hamler. It's about time. Clock is still running. Broncos up to the 3. Wilson in the gun now. Snap. Gives it off to Gordon. Now rushes it in. Touchdown, Broncos. Touchdown by the Broncos as Russell Wilson with a handoff fake runs it in on a QB sneak. First rushing touchdown this season. No confirmation yet, though. The clock sits at 7:16 officially. Brandon McManus out on the field. Huge score by the Broncos. What a huge throw by KJ Hamler and Russell Wilson. Unbelievable. Oh, they're going to see now if his knee was down. Poncho Stalter, thank you very much for tuning in. They will confirm it, and now the extra point is McManus on for the try here. 6 plays, 75 yards, snap down, kick is up, and it is good with the flag down on the play. Let's ride, Broncos fans. That's right. I believe it'll be on the Broncos. KJ Hamler came in and made a huge grab. Huge grab. I don't think the Broncos need a new quarterback. To whoever it was that said that earlier. Quarterback's not the issue. It's the play calling. It's going to be illegal formation on the Raiders. The try is good. They'll enforce a 10-yard penalty on the kickoff. 7 plays, 75 yards. The Broncos are only down 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. 7:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Huge drive. Unbelievable. I thought that was Kendall Hinton. I didn't even know KJ Hamler was playing. And the only play he has was 1 reception for 75 yards. Unbelievable. Today for Russell Wilson, 17 of 22, 237 yards of passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and 0 interceptions. That is key. Only 1 turnover for the Broncos all game long, and that came on the Melvin Gordon fumble/interception, which led to I guess you can call it a pick or a fumble/pick six back to the house. Here now for the ensuing kickoff is McManus. Steps up to the ball, boots it deep, and they're just going to let it roll out to the back of the end zone as it will go through the uprights. So now the Raiders will take over from their own 25-yard line. If Gordon had not fumbled, we would have got the extra points. Absolutely. That hurt the Broncos in this game. 7:16 here. The Raiders will take over from their own 25-yard line. Here's Carr at the line with a trips bunch set to the right, 1 to the left with a single back in the backfield is Jacobs. Carr 20 of 32 for 171 yards today. Snap now. Carr looking over right side. Looking. It'll be passed, dropped, and that will be complete. Now it'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 7:11 left officially in this game. Checking with our chat here. Nobody yet. Thank you guys, every single one of you, for tuning in. 7:11 left here. 2nd and 10. Still from their own 25-yard line. Carr at the line. 2 wide receivers bunched out to the right. Now motioned Waller over to the left side. 1 single back set here for Carr. Now motions with the sweep handoff here out to the left side, and he'll be Javonte Adams out for about maybe a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up. As Javonte Adams takes a sweep over the left side for about a gain of 5 yards. As we go here, 3rd and 5 for the Raiders. Huge stop for the Broncos. Exactly, Ray Haas. Exactly. Here we go, Carr in the gun with Jacobs to his right. Here from their own 30-yard line. Trips bunched out to the left. Now Adams goes in motion over to the right. Snap now. Carr looking over the side. Steps up in the pocket. Tucks it. Runs out to the 30, to the 35. Down and slids down to the 40. It'll be enough for another 1st down for the Raiders. This is a good game. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's go defenses. Poncho Stalter. Let's go. Randall Gregory is down on the field, and they're going to take an injury timeout. Looking slow to get up. I don't think he's necessarily too hurt. He might just have to sit out a couple of plays for Randy Gregory. 6:27 left officially here. 1st down, gain of 9 previously as Carr just stepped up, tucked the ball, and ran. Oh, yeah, Gregory was hobbling on that knee and just collapsed to the ground. Hopefully that's not a bad snap or pull there. Hoping it's not. 6:27 left in this game, ladies and gentlemen. However, so Gregory goes out. I will give you an injury update the minute that it comes through. Here, Gregory's still being examined out on the field by the medical staff. It looks like he is bending it, so that is a good sign with an injury. Timeout. Injuries, just stopping this Broncos team. But they keep overcoming it somehow, which is great and amazing. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, again, Thursday night, we will kick off Week 5 when the Broncos host the Indianapolis Colts in Power Field at Mile High Stadium. We will have the play-by-play here with me, Bronco Bill Mundungus Creevy, hopefully Glenn Hauser, and our halftime for our play-by-play halftime and post-game show here, just like we do each and every Broncos game day, as well as we will be bringing you the Colorado Avalanche when they kick off their season as well. We're losing too many people, absolutely. I agree with you, Kamani. Well, let's go, Broncos country. Let's get you going in the chat here. Hopefully we can get a stop as Gregory does walk off the field on his own accord, though limping. I don't know if he'll be out. Maybe questionable to return. He's going to go over to the tent for further examination here. It'll be 1st and 10, though, off that 9-yard gain by Derek Carr. Here, and it brings it out to the Raiders have it now on their own 38-yard line. So here we go. Time's a ticking. 6:15 and running. Raiders break huddle here. 1st and 10 now. Carr will be at the line with a single back set, 2 wide receivers on each side. From their own 38-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Snap now, pump fake, and he'll hand it off to Jacobs. Nowhere to run, being swallowed up. Draymond Jones right behind the line. And Bradley Chubb for a loss of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and about 13 now upcoming for the Raiders. Tries to bounce shuffle, but Draymond Jones and Bradley Chubb are right there waiting for him. Here we go now, back to their own 35-yard line. Carr in a empty backfield in the gun here. 2 wide receivers on each side. Now they're back to their own 35. Snap now. Here's Carr looking over the center. Steps up, throws. It will be complete to Adams. Shakes 1 tackle. Still on his feet at about the 48-yard line. It'll be about a gain of about 13 yard lines. It'll be about another 1st down for the Raiders. Pancho Stalter, thank you for the Facebook like. It'll put the Raiders over into Broncos territory here with time running down. 9 receptions for 101 yards for Davante Adams here today. 33rd career game with 100-plus receiving yards. Now the Raiders break huddle with an I formation here. 1 wide receiver on each side here. From the Bronco 48-yard line, they're now past midfield. Snap now. Here's Carr with the handoff here to Jacobs. Bursts forward down to the 40 and will be tackled at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 11 and another Raiders 1st down. Draymond got held from the snap and no flag. What a surprise. Shake my head, says Ray Haas. Absolutely. Yeah, that was a hold. That was a blatant hold on the right tackle of the Oakland Raiders there. No call. Unbelievable. Definitely grabbed him on the inside of his collar there as Carlson warming up. 22nd 1st down by the Raiders. Here, they have it now at the Bronco 36-yard line. Carr at the line with an I formation set. Snap now pitched out left to Jacobs as he rolls left. He'll be about a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 6. 3:35 and rolling here in the 4th quarter. Mr. Reginald said, keep coming back, Denver. Hopefully, Mr. Reginald. Broncos need to hold him here. Maybe an interception, a fumble or something. 43 yards here, 5 rush, 2 pass plays on this drive as they're backing up a cart into the tent. And it looks like they're going to cart off Randall Gregory. Unbelievable. Here we go now for the Broncos 32-yard line. Snap now with an I formation. He'll give up to Jacobs. He'll bounce out to the left and will be met there by Kareem Jackson. A gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 1. And I think now, I don't know who took a timeout. It'll be a timeout on the Broncos. That'll be their first of the second half now with 2 timeouts remaining. I don't know why you would take a timeout here because you still have the 2-minute warning, but we'll see here. 2:53 left. Raiders holding on to a 2-point lead here as Carlson warming up on the sideline. 3rd and 1. Huge 3rd down here for both teams. So here we go. 3rd and 1 now off the timeout. 2:53 left here. Raiders have it at the Bronco 29-yard line. I formation set here. Snap now. He'll pitch it out here to White. Rolls out to the left. Beats the tackles. Down to the 20, 15, 10. Down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be enough for another 1st down. Unbelievable. Amir White with a left side sweep off the pitch. He beat Bradley Chubb out on the left side. They're down to about the 7-yard line, and they're knocking on the door here. That very well might take us up to the 2-minute warning. Here we go now. Snap now. Hands off to Jacobs. He rolls forward to the 5. Down in. Touchdown Raiders. Seven-yard touchdown run by Josh Jacobs. The Raiders now take a 31-23 lead. With 2:02 left. Well, we needed to stop Kimani. We didn't get it. I think losing Randy Gregory really hurt the Broncos. Broncos haven't been able to stop the run all day long. Snap now, kick is up, and it is good for the extra point. 31-23, 32-23 lead. 2:02 left here in the game. You're listening to Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network. Jacobs gave a little shuffle bounce from up the center to about the center right. Ran it for 7 yards in. Puts the Broncos in a 9-point hole with just 2 minutes left to go here in this game. (32-23). Montreal Washington back to receive this kick. Here we go. There's the kick, and they'll just let it roll out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Blocking the back on Stearns with that TD and no call. What a surprise again. That makes 5 games we've lost at the Raiders' house. Not good by Poncho Salter. Shake my head, says Kimani Dixon. Poncho Salter again in a row. 5 in a row. We have not won at the Raiders in 5 straight times. Not, well, if we lose this game, that is. Not good. Not good. Here we go now. The Broncos will take over at their own 25-yard line. So after this, we'll have the 2-minute warning here. Wilson in the gun in an empty backfield, 2 wide receivers on each side. Tight end bunched over to the right. Play clock at 5. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over to the left side. Steps up again, tucks the ball, runs out to the 30, about to the 30-yard line, and that'll be it, ladies and gentlemen. That'll take us up to the 2-minute warning. 1:54 left here in the game. You're listening to the Denver Broncos football on the MHRT Network.
Call me the Joker, call me the fool. When she calls, I always seem to lose my cool. Baby, I'm just a moth to your flame. And don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Yes, it is, baby. Got no class or attributes. Don't know if I'm talking about me or you, baby. No one gets me like you do. I said loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen. Don't you know that loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen? Don't you know, babe, loving you is a train wreck waiting to happen?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1:54 left in this game as we officially reach the 2-minute warning. Broncos trailing by 9 late here, as they will have, I believe, a 3rd and 5 coming up. Here as we continue, Broncos still have 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 5 it'll be. Here we go now. The Broncos will break huddle here. As they'll come out here. Wilson in the gun, 2 wide receivers on each side of him with Michael Boone to the right. Motion Saubert back over to the right side. From their own 30-yard line, they got it, 2nd and 5. Snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the right side. Hits Boone over the center, but it'll bounce out of his hands and fall incomplete. 3rd and 5 upcoming. Bronco Bill says, stay tuned, everyone. I'm going to go off of the post game. Oh, you know I will. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how to categorize this. I wouldn't necessarily categorize this as a bad loss for the Broncos. 1:50 left here, 3rd and 5. 2 wide receivers on each side, 2 bunched out to the right. Wilson in the gun as he sends Saubert back on motion over to the right side. Boone on the left side of him in the gun. Snap now, 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson looking again. Surveys the field up over the top to the right. It'll be over the head of Eric Saubert and fall incomplete, 4th and 5. Fourth and 5 here. You got to think the Broncos will go for it, and they will. 4th and 5 here with 1:44 left on the clock. Here we go. 4th and 5. Here's Wilson in the gun. 3 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Boone in the backfield with him. Wilson audibling here. Play clock at 4, 3, 2, snap now. Here's Wilson looking over the left side, scrolls out to the right, throws on the run, and it is in and out of the hands of Boone, incomplete. That would have been a substantial gain and would have been in the Raiders' territory, and the Broncos drop it. Incomplete. Raiders take over on downs. Wow, that was right at Mike Boone's hands. That was at Mike Boone's hands, and he dropped it. 1:38 left. The Raiders take over at the Bronco 35-yard line. Josh McDaniels and the Raiders needed this victory bad, and it looks like they will get it here. Broncos still have 2 timeouts. I formation with the Raiders. They come out here now with a handoff up to Jacobs. He'll burst forward all the way out to about the 25-yard line. The Broncos will immediately take their second timeout there. Oh, there's a flag thrown. Excuse me. And it's going to be holding on the Raiders. It'll be a 10-yard penalty, and they'll replay 4th down. On Justin Huron, the left guard. Oh, they're going to decline it. It'll be declined. The penalty will be declined. It'll be 2nd down and about 5. Here we go, 2nd and 4 now. Raiders at the Bronco 23-yard line. Snap now here. They'll hand it off to Jacobs. He'll roll over to the right side. He'll be swallowed up right there. And the Broncos will take their second timeout. It'll be 3rd down and 2. With 1 timeout remaining. Hands, if it ain't the wide receivers, it's the tight end. If it ain't the tight ends, it's the running back. What the heck is going on? Robert Lucero says, Carr would have been slowed down. Unbelievable. 1:28 left here. 3rd and 2 for the Raiders upcoming. It'll be on the Bronco 22-yard line. 3rd and 2. Broncos must make a stop here. I formation set here. Wide receiver on each side here. It looks like they're just going to run it up the gut. The Carr will signify Adams in further. Snap now, hand it off to Jacobs. He'll burst forward and get enough. And I think they're going to give him the first down. So they will give him a first down here. It'll move him all the way to the Bronco 20-yard line. First down here for the Raiders. The final minute runs here. As timeout taken by the Broncos at 57 seconds. So it seems that Nathaniel Hackett took a timeout here to see where Josh Jacobs' knee was down and if it crossed the line over. Now, any play inside 2 minutes has to be reviewed by the booth. It cannot be challenged. So the referees are going to discuss it, and they are going to give him the first down. His knee was visibly down after he crossed that first down line. So I don't think they will give it to him. 57 seconds left, however. No timeouts left for the Broncos here. And the Raiders can just knee on it here. And they will in victory formation. Snap now, and the knee by Carr. They'll run it down and take another knee here. Broncos will move to 2-2. The Raiders 1-3. As they get their first win of the season here against the Broncos in Las Vegas. This marks the 5th time in a row the Broncos have failed to win on the road versus the Raiders here. We'll run it out, ladies and gentlemen. We will come right back here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it here on the MHRT Network. Coming up next is our post-game show right here on the MHRT Network.
And welcome back to the show. Back here with Mundungus Creevy, Bronco Bill, and Logan LeBeau joins us again on the post-game show. Obviously, that is not how we wanted the game to end. I got to say, I'm more upset that it was the Raiders than anything else because I hate the Raiders. And I'm going to tell you, before I left church this morning, my worship coordinator said, oh, that's going to be an easy win. I blame it on him. He didn't knock on wood. That's why we lost. So, Josiah, I hate you.
I am not saying anything.
You just did.
Right now.
Logan,
not saying anything right now.
Logan, what are you thinking about that second half?
Well, was not what I wanted to see. I was a little disappointed. Our offense did not look too great. The backup running backs, because of Javonte Williams going out, didn't look too pleasing. But and our defense didn't look too great either. I feel like we have a lot of work going forward. It stinks it's the Raiders, like you said, too. That just makes it that much worse. But don't even know what to say.
And it's so disappointing the way that the defense let us down because we've been so good at stopping the run. And then Josh Jacobs just ran everywhere. They had over 300 yards of offense, and over 200 of that was running. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure where the breakdown was, but they were just able to run everywhere.
You know, it takes a loss like this to me that hits me in the gut to make me be quiet, silent. Have you noticed that? Right? I mean, it has. It has caught me off guard. I never expected this. I said in my show on Friday, this is a trap game. I knew they're going to throw everything at us, and they did. And we weren't prepared. But I thought back in my head, come on, Hackett, you have to know this. Nope.
I will say this. I think a lot of that second half changed because of Javonte Williams going out. Boone was getting going there for the first couple plays, and then he's missing catches. He's running the wrong routes. I don't know. Like the loss of Javonte just kind of, I think, shut everything down in the running game. I really do think, and we've only seen him during preseason, but he looked really good. I do think the Broncos need to bring up Devine Ezigbo and see what we have with him because again, we don't know the extent of Williams' injury. I mean, he was carted off the field, so I'm going to say it's not great. I don't know if it's a couple weeks or if it's a season. I hope it's like a game. Same thing with Randy Gregory. He goes off the field too with an injury. Not sure what the injury is in that. We'll get back to you as soon as we know, but I'm hoping
the first injury on the kickoff on the special teams, we had an injury.
Yeah. Well, and the one thing that I wasn't expecting was Derek Carr being able to run. I knew that, and I said it during the halftime show, I was assuming that McDaniels was going to adjust. And he did. The offense of the Raiders looked more in sync than they have all season. And a lot of that was Carr running the ball because there wasn't really a lot to throw to. You had what's that poofy-haired wide receiver's name?
Oh,
Hollins. Hollins. There you go, Hollins. I don't know where he came from, but man, he can catch the ball. Javonte Adams didn't do a lot. Waller didn't really do a lot. A lot of it was Carr and Jacobs.
Okay, I was very surprised with the running game. Jacobs ran all over us.
I threw this up here by D-Rock. It's totally true. We lost today, but we have a game Thursday. Come on, bounce back. I agree. But can we bounce back? Because I said this was a trap game. So was this a trap game? Or was the Colts a trap game? I have no idea.
Kenny says, doo-doo donkeys. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny. I appreciate it.
So what do you think, Logan? You think this was a trap game? Or do you think that they looked beyond the Colts?
I mean, I definitely was agreeing with you. I thought this was more of because we only won by 1 point in our last game. I thought we'd come out and make a statement, but didn't look like we put it all together. So I think Thursday this week's going to have to be a good week of practice, and we're going to have to get Thursday at the Colts. Hopefully the home crowd will help us. I mean, it's always an environment when you're at home, so I think that'll help us, but they still have to show out on the field, of course.
So Logan bringing up a Vance Joseph quote. Good week of practice.
Hey, Logan, do you work the home games during the season?
Yes, sir. So I will be working Thursday night, actually.
Nice.
No, he only works the away games.
Mike.
No, that's why I told him actually it was really nice that I could work this because it was an away game. It stinks that it was a loss, but it was really cool that I got to get this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to hopefully bringing the good vibes at the home games, but hopefully hopping on another show with you guys.
All right.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Hey, Jeremy.
Right. Just a couple of things I want to bring up to you guys right here that I saw in the game that's concerning to me. We had two big losses in injuries in this game, Javonte Williams and Randall Gregory. It's a short week.
Yep.
Now, head coach Nathaniel Hackett did say before this week's game that he's going to be very, very conservative with who he played because it is a short week. So you got to think that's going to hurt Thursday night if they both aren't able to play. And at some point, you got to play Billy Turner. How long is this saga going to go on for? You have Billy Turner, and you're not going to play him.
I was assuming that they were going to play him against the Colts because of the short week. Give him like that little extra couple days. But here's my question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about a little bit earlier. Do you think that Denver brings in Divine Azigbo from the practice squad to help fill in for running backs? Because we didn't see a whole lot out of Melvin Gordon and Mike Boone that I'm excited about.
We did.
We
saw a lot
that I'm excited about. I didn't see anything that made me happy.
Just because it's a short week, yes, they will, because we don't know the extent of Javonte Williams' injury yet. So probably just because on the fact that he's probably pretty hurt and it's a short week, yeah, they probably will, more than likely.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a really, really bad and unfortunate time to have those two big of injuries come in. And then not only that, you lost PJ Locke as well for who knows how long because he left the game too. There's concussion protocol, so you got to assume, given the events that happened to Tua Tagovailoa, that he's not going to play Thursday night either.
Yeah.
So, Logan, when you're at the game and you see these players or being where you are, do you get a sense of their emotion and their passion into the game?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm very close to the end zone, so usually, I mean, I can see them warming up and when they're super focused. Because when I first started, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I tried like fangirling, kind of stuff. You can tell they're not really into that. They are obviously very focused, but I mean, at this state, I feel like the home crowd, they're always a lot more hyped than away games. It's always a different atmosphere. That's why I'm saying I think Thursday should be a boost. With the injuries, it's going to be difficult still, but I think it should help us a little bit.
Logan's first game from the end zone.
Hey, you're not wrong. I screamed at a couple people and they just totally ignored me. And I was like, all right, I'll figure out a different way to do it.
Oh my my gosh, that must be so much fun, man.
Oh, it's a blast. I meet a lot of cool people. I talk to a lot of people. Networking is key, and that's glad how I kind of found you guys. So it's all coming together, I think.
It's probably one of the biggest things I miss about living in Denver. Is working those games every Sunday.
It's an experience. Like I tell people, fans all the time, my go-to quote is, I could do a lot the worst things on Sundays. I can tell you that.
So guest relations entails what?
Basically, I mean, you deal with the couple drunk people, but most of the time it's just making sure people aren't doing like getting too drunk, any fights, the typical smoking and all that. But really,
wait a minute, it's legal in Colorado now.
It's a little difficult. I mean, like I said, they tell us to monitor it as best as we can, and I try to do it when the big bosses are around, but sometimes you let it slide as long as there's no drama or whatever. So,
Mike, let me just give you a little bit of intel here because I used to work this very thing. So a certain company within the stadium has these people that go around and what they call roam team and look for people. Now, Logan, working in guest relations, if we see that there's a problem in the stands, we bring them to Logan and to help facilitate what's going on, or any problem that a fan might have, might go to Logan too and say, hey, this guy down here is acting like, a crazy person. Can you get somebody over here to tell him to knock it off? And that's kind of what Logan.
And then they take care of it. That's what I'm saying. I have a cool job. I can talk to you, but if you want me to get security, that's between you guys. Like I'm trying to be the coolest guy ever. Cool. So.
Yeah. Would you ever get into a foot pursuit with someone who has jumped the barrier and is running on the field?
Nope, that's security's job.
No, they got security on the.
He's like, I'm off.
I can scream. I'll help you, but hey, the guy's right there, but I'm not.
Yeah, they
got myself.
If you look on the inside of the barrier, they have
his shirt off. All right, let's go.
They have security. They have security guards. Not only that, they have multiple Denver police officers on the field just waiting. The security guards are encouraged not to be hands-on with anybody who steps on the field. That's for the police to do, which I think they have one on each corner of the tunnel. So there's 4 Denver police officers on the field at all times in case something like that happens.
Is there any chance that we could get one of those security guards to step in and run the ball?
Right. Hey, we can ask around, man. We can ask around.
You know why? Because they can track those guys down on the field fast. Those guys are quick.
What they're encouraged to do, Bill, is not necessarily tackle them, but to guard them off and let the police tackle them, because we are strongly encouraged not to lay hands on anybody because of lawsuits. You tackle somebody down, that's technically assault, and they can sue you.
All right, Kenny, I'm trying to be respectful and have a good time. You're just being a dick, so you're going in timeout. It's like we're having fun talking about the game and talking about doo-doo donkeys all the time.
Yeah, I knew.
Hey, you're 1-3. Shut up.
Yeah, I knew the Raiders fans were going to show up. That's how they always.
That's fine. Be Raiders fans all you want, but there's comes a certain point where it's like, all right.
Hey, this is like their Super Bowl. We got to remember that.
You still got to play us one more time in our house. I don't know if they know that or not, but.
They're Raiders fans, probably not.
Yeah, but
sorry, Raiders, Zach. It was just a joke.
The bottom line with the Raiders is they still remember 1981, and that's what they live on every single game.
Well, I think it was more so just Josh McDaniels remembering all those years he spent here and how I guess the fans treated him. Really was it.
I didn't really watch many of the previous Raider games this season. Did that look like the Raiders had at the beginning of the season, or did it just all of a sudden come together this week?
No, it all came together.
It seems like we always play teams where it's like, oh, they figured it out against the Broncos. Well, can't you wait a week and figure it out later?
Well,
we're playing.
The Raiders knew the Broncos had a very bad run defense coming into that, and they exploited that hard. Like they really did with Josh Jacobs, and he's a hell of a running back. I got to give credit to him because
I don't why are the Broncos struggling so hard against the run? That was kind of the reason why we had Josie Jewell, Jonas Griffith, and DJ Jones in the middle. I don't understand what the problem is.
It is inconsistent because there's some run plays where you can see that they'll meet him at the line of scrimmage or even back further and get him for a loss of yards. And then there's some plays where they'll just burst forward for a gain of 16 or 17, and it's a first down. There's no in between here. With the Broncos run defense, it's just really inconsistent, really.
Logan, what do you think?
I hate to be a agreeing with everybody, but it's very inconsistent. And I just feel like every game we look like we're doing so great, but then we can't finish. And that's another thing that they have to work on. But hopefully, like I said, it's early on. We still have to have faith, and I think it's going to still be a good season.
So let me ask you guys.
Any chance the Raiders would trade Josh Jacobs?
Hey, I'm talking.
Just a question.
He's talking here.
Sorry.
It's Bill. I don't care.
Let me point out something. We lost to Seattle in game 1 where we were favored by 10. We lose to a Raider team who's 0-3. What's the identity of this team? I mean, seriously, I can't put my finger on anything we can do that points us to a positive direction. Seriously.
Jeremy just went to like MHRT in the dark. He just disappeared there for a second.
I'm good.
No, I think the motto of the Broncos is everyone has a chance. That's the motto.
No, that's not the answer. What I'm trying to ask is, why is this so pendulum? Why is it such a pendulum? Seriously. I mean, we barely beat Houston last quarter, barely beat San Francisco last quarter, and we blow it against Seattle, and we blow it today against the Raiders. Really?
Bill, it's the play calling. The play calling sucks. I'm not gonna lie. The play calling is absolutely atrocious. I'm sick of these checkdowns. These checkdowns have to end. We can't just keep checking down on the slip screen or the flat every single time. We gotta,
I don't know
especially
if I necessarily agree with that.
The play calling is just
because
it took them until the third quarter for them to realize that they can bomb it deep down the field. Why? You knew the Raiders' secondary was garbage. You knew it was garbage.
But a lot of the time, it was the right side or the left side of the line getting collapsed by Crosby or whoever else. I think it's more of an offensive line issue that's causing the checkdowns as opposed to
the swing blocking. The swing blocking and the picking up
calling.
The swing blocking and the picking up the swing blocks on certain plays is really, really bad, both by the running back and by the offensive line. I've noticed that a couple of times
And Boone is not a good blocker.
No.
So he missed a lot of blocks. Cushenberry was late on cutting over and making a block. You had Bowles doing a bear hug. He got a couple holds in the game. You had
that was bad.
Just getting annihilated on the right side multiple times.
Yeah, by what was his name?
Logan,
Max Crosby. They couldn't contain. They couldn't contain.
I hate to
Max
agree with
Crosby.
everybody, but it's a little bit of coaching. I think the coaching because he's a first-year head coach. I know he's done offensive coordinator stuff in the past, but I feel like he definitely needs to figure it out because at halftime, how we said we want to see Russell Wilson do his own thing. I think he did that, but I just feel like the play calling is still such a big part of that, so we still need to figure that out. But it's just putting all three parts of the game together. And
especially that last drive in the fourth quarter when we're going to try to score a touchdown. I mean, the offensive line was just paper.
Yeah.
He didn't have any time to throw. He was scrambling because there were people on his back. Boone couldn't catch the ball. He's throwing it early.
Could have extended the drive. I'm saying, come on.
I'm not going to say that Hackett is terrible play.
You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You can because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to say that it's terrible play calling. I think that it's more of
certain
our
situations
line is just getting annihilated, and Wilson's got no time to do anything.
The Broncos better use that $11 million they got in cap space to go figure out an offensive lineman to go grab because
Billy Turner
it's not working.
I still think that I still think that it needs to be Glasgow moved to center, Cushenberry out, have Miners at right guard with Turner at right tackle. I think would be so much better. But right now you can't do that because Miners is still hurt.
You know what I think would be the best?
And so is Billy Turner, apparently.
I would love to have my grandson play because apparently nobody else can stop anybody rushing. I'm being facetious, guys. I'm being frustrated.
We know.
I'm being frustrated.
That's why
sorry,
we ignore
Logan.
you for the most part.
Logan, this is how I am.
This is the way, man. This is the best. This is the kind of show I wanted to hop on, having a good time.
You don't understand the amount of text messages that I get from Bill during a game. Like, I'm trying to enjoy the game, and Bill's like, F this, F that, they suck, what's going? I'm like, Bill, simmer.
Because I'm real, Logan. I'm real.
That's good. No, that's as real as it gets.
I don't think anybody's ever doubted that, Bill.
Like, first and 10, the Javonte Williams runs for 9 yards, and Bill's like, what the F? He couldn't have gained another yard. It's like, calm down, Bill.
1 yard. Oh, that's funny.
By the way, Bill has played football in his life before, so I don't understand where he's coming
invent
from.
the game.
No. I did, Logan. I did play in high school. I was a punter.
Oh, a punter. Okay, so a lot of skills. Okay.
And we ended up second in our division, and I got
pretty good in the state of California.
Back in the 1890s. It was
That's
pretty
good.
good.
No, 1970s. Not that far back, 1974.
Still before the merger.
I wasn't alive yet. So
before the merger. I love it.
That was still before the merger.
Hats off, man.
Point out.
Awesome.
Ray Haas says, why doesn't Hackett focus on head coaching and let Outen take over play calling for a couple games?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the problem. I mean, again,
I think it's the problem in certain situations.
You've got Shanahan calling plays. You've got LaFleur calling plays. You've got McVay calling plays. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
But they can handle it. Maybe he can't handle it. Just let him
How do
try
we
it
know
out.
Right, but how do we know Outen can handle it? Like,
Well, has he
before.
tried?
We won't know till he tries.
Mike, has he tried? Apparently not.
Why does he need to try?
Why do we hire an offensive coordinator? He's got to do something.
Exactly. Way to go,
I mean,
Logan.
like,
I agree.
we're all sitting here complaining about the play calling. Do we remember last year, like, at all?
Oh, it was awful, but it still hasn't improved very much.
Minimally. Well, I'm going to agree with you more so, Mike.
Offense.
I'm going to agree with you more so, Mike. Now that I got a few, like,
shush.
I believe it's not like completely,
Shush.
but I believe it is on some certain situations. I believe the play calling is terrible.
I agree. I think that there are certain parts of the game where it's like, ugh. But
yeah,
honestly, we have a top 15 offense.
Yeah.
So
if
you
we
can
just
say
get our
what
offensive
you want,
line together.
But, like, we have a top 15 offense.
Sure.
We do.
Well, we want to be better than top 15. I can tell you that.
By the way,
a lot of improvement.
By the way, like, I didn't even know KJ Hamler was even active this week. Until he just made a 75-yard reception.
It's like,
he's off and on.
They're
really taking care of him.
Yeah. That was crazy, but that was awesome though. At the same time, I was glad to see them use that. That really helped. We got over the 16-point hump. We got over the 16-point hump.
And Bill's like, "Why'd you fall?"
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
At least he didn't Eric Decker it where he tripped on the grass.
We go on to a very short week.
Yeah.
The Colts beat the Chiefs last week.
Good.
Broncos are struggling. I want to know what you guys think on a very short week coming off of, oh, by the way, we gave the Raiders their first win. Thank you very much. What do you think about going into Thursday's game 4 weeks from today at home? Yes, but we're still struggling. I know, Mike, we got more than 16 points, but we didn't win.
So this is the part that's freaking me out. Like, we just saw the Broncos run defense and how it's not there. Jonathan Taylor is not having a good year, but that doesn't mean that I'm not terrified that he's going to bust it out against the Broncos on Thursday. Because, like, we all know Jonathan Taylor last year was, top 2 running backs?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, the receivers don't scare me at all, but Jonathan Taylor terrifies me a little bit after today.
He's supposed to be out, I think. Isn't he injured? I thought I saw something about Jonathan Taylor getting injured.
Well, now I'm going to check.
That would help us a lot. I'm saying, we're going in with injuries, so we have a little slimmer of faith.
So, Jeremy, what do you think about the game on Thursday? Seriously, you're going to be broadcasting it live. What do you think the Bronco chances are after this debacle of a game against an 0-3 team?
You're a debacle.
It's going to be hard to tell because it's going to. I have to see the extent of what Javonte Williams and Randall Gregory's injuries are. I don't know. It's very concerning that they both got carted off the field. Eventually, off the sideline, really. But it's. I don't know. Like you said, the Colts aren't that great of a team either. But I believe they beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs were having internal issues, not because they were the better team that day.
Well, there is Matt Ryan. I mean, Matt Ryan is a quality quarterback.
He's quality, but I don't think he's great. He's good, but he's not great. And nor does he have really, really substantial offensive weapons either. So there's also that as well. I think it's going to be a lot harder and it's going to be close again, obviously, as you think. And, I would encourage the fans to not boo the Broncos this home game. Can we get a home game where we're not booing them? Please.
And not counting the play clock.
Hey, at least we don't have
they stopped that last week.
Down. Like,
I know.
Right, but like a consistency again. And even though we had some penalties, I think we had 7. I'm not saying that's great, but it's better than 13.
We're making small improvements. We're getting there.
It looks like Jonathan Taylor potentially has a high ankle sprain. He's questionable right now, but we'll know more probably tomorrow.
Jonathan, what do you think about the game next Thursday?
Logan?
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Logan.
who's Jonathan?
Who's Jonathan?
I heard you say Jonathan Taylor. That's why.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all right. Compare me to an NFL running back. I get it.
Hey, Mike, I'm 64 years old, okay? Sometimes I just throw names out.
Well, okay. Without the Jonathan Taylor injury, I would say it's still going to be a pretty tough game. But I think if they have an injury, we have an injury at running back, it's going to be a throwing match. But I also, back to what you guys were saying, the stadium, I hope I don't hear as many boos when I'm working. I like hearing it. Cheers,
Yeah.
Of course. Do you think what do you think about the countdown that the fans
I agree.
It kind of helped. I'm not saying it was the greatest that we had to do that, but I thought if it helps the offense, whatever helps them when we need to be quiet, then that's one thing. But if it's helping them, I feel like that's what the home crowd's there for, to be kind of an advantage.
Don't be surprised when McDaniels trades Carr and Adams for low picks.
To us. Just Carr.
Yeah,
Or Adams, not Carr. Just Adams.
Jonathan is Bill's night nurse.
Jonathan.
Careful, Antonio. You keep it up, I'm going to put you in timeout too. Calm down.
That's funny.
Antonio.
That's funny.
No, it's all good. So, again, Broncos fall to the Raiders. I don't like saying that.
Well, then don't say it.
You know what else I don't like saying either, Mike?
What's that?
Go Tom Brady beat the Chiefs. I don't like saying that either. I don't like saying that either, but I don't like saying that either, but go Tom Brady beat the Chiefs, please.
And just to make Bill a little bit more angry, you know who's more excited that the Broncos lost? The Chargers. Just for you, Bill. Just for you.
Hey, we could be. Hey, if the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs tonight, we could beat a 3-way tie for first place.
That sounds ideal. Let's hope that happens.
Let's do. I'd rather have that.
Logan, just before we get out of here, just to give you some background. I live in Southern California.
Yeah, this background.
Excuse me.
I live background like this.
No, I'll give you a background of what I'm saying. I live in Southern California. I hear all this crap about, Chargers great, Chargers. When they win. When they lose, I never was a Charger fan. So to me, I call everybody that says they're a Charger fan a Wagoner fan because they're bandwagoners.
I can agree.
That's why I hate the Chargers winning. I don't care where they play. I grew up with it. I'm 64 years old. I hate it. So when they win,
is actually a closeted Chargers fan. He just
don't talk to you when they're when the Chargers win.
Can I do this? Oh, no,
well, Bill, I don't know why that surprises you because
are you showing off your arthritis? What was that?
He's doing the fencing. He's doing the fencing stuff from Tua again. That's too soon, Bill. You can't do that, okay? You can't do that. You can't go to the fencing position. That's terrible, sir.
See, Logan's never going to come back on the show because
no.
That guy Bill's crazy.
Bill, I don't understand why that behavior surprises you. California's a fair weather state, so of course they have fair weather fans.
I know, but I hate it because when they win, it's like, I got the flags, and they're brand new. You see the new jerseys, everything. New. I hate it with a passion. Hate it. I mean, be real.
They're used to losing.
Real. Yeah, look, I got the old school.
They're used to it.
Old school jersey of.
Oh, you mean those jerseys you hate and you don't want the Broncos to go back to, Bill? You know those ones?
All right, I'm going to try to get this name right. It's either Kamani or Kaimani, something.
I call him Kamani.
Kamani, that's what I'm going to go with. She says Broncos 27, Colts 17. That's my prediction.
I like
Go
it.
Broncos.
Hopefully.
Shut up, Bill.
Can I at least give a prediction?
No. Logan, we want to thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight.
Hang on. Time
no, Bill!
I'll save that till my Friday show is my prediction. There you go.
Okay.
Game's on Thursday, so that's fine.
Okay, well, I'll still save it for.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going to be Thursday.
You're
going to
give a
Friday game.
You're going to give a prediction on Friday for the game that happened on Thursday.
Yeah, that way I'll get it right.
I appreciate that. Logan, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. You are welcome at any time on any halftime post.
I appreciate you guys. I had a great time, and I would love to do it again. So,
where do you want people to follow you on Twitter?
My name is @LeBeau_Logan, and I also have an Instagram that has some Bronco stuff on it, and it's Yo Boy Logan LeBeau. So, if you give me a follow, I will always follow people back, and if you love the Broncos, I'm someone to follow.
There we go. Again, thank you so much for joining us on the show. The Broncos lose 23-32 to the Las Vegas Raiders. We will see you. we got the
Can I do the finger thing again?
We've got show your arthritis all you want.
Don't do it.
We've got the Cluster Puck podcast starting tomorrow, the very first episode.
Oh yeah, tune into that.
Then we've got the 5280 on Tuesday. We've got Wild Wild West on Wednesday, as well as the very first Avalanche play-by-play game with Mr. Jeremy Case.
That'll be next Wednesday.
Is that?
Sounds
cool. Yeah, next, not this. Next.
Next Wednesday. October 12th.
That one. And then on Fridays, we have Broncos Breakdown with Bronco Bill. If you want to see an old guy go absolutely nuts on camera, that's
me, guys. That's me.
And then make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you tune in.
Game Thursday.
Every game day.
Every
time there's a Broncos game, tune into the MHRT Network where we have Jeremy Case on the neighborhood doing the play-by-play for the game. Thanks, everybody, so much for joining us, and we will see you in a couple days.
Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Put the place up.